Hey, everybody. Hey, Chris, first one in here, yep. I hope you all have had a good day. I've really not been doing too much today, so... Been doing some editing and stuff over the last day or two. I have been working on that to some level, so... Again, at least, a lot of that's making progress. The Clock Tower video's maybe 75% of the way done, so... Hopefully it'll actually be edited and out while I'm in Japan. That's sort of the current plan for it. We'll see if that ends up working out. Hopefully it will. Just got a little ways to go on that. And then, let's see, aside from that, a couple of shorter, like, older style Platinum Trophy videos are ready to go. So at least I'll have those to go up while I'm gone. And otherwise, that's been most of everything today. Gonna be working on your Dragon Quest III Remake level grinding. Nice. Yeah, hopefully this can be entertaining for everyone. So currently, we are very close to our Mastery Badge, but we're not quite there just yet. We still have to complete the third and final bonus mission, and we have maybe 3 or 4 more levels to 100%, as well as find R2-D2, which is apparently coming up in the tank level, and then we can unlock Han Solo. And I think we also still need some studs and everything, but that's fine. So yeah, definitely we'll be getting done with this game tonight. We'll play something else afterward unless this takes like an insanely long amount of time, which again, I don't think it will, but I guess you never know these days with certain games. Alright, where is it? Yep, 25 out of 32 achievements. And as I've mentioned before, the next game that we do for RetroAchievements specifically is definitely going to be one that's at least a little bit more complicated. It's one I'm definitely, again, looking forward to for sure. I think it should be a pretty interesting one to do. Oh, wait. Duh, I don't have my controller plugged in. That might actually be quite helpful. Might kind of need that. Yeah, I might need that controller plugged in, or else might not be able to do any actual playing until that actually happens. Okay, that's weird. I don't hear any audio. Hold on a minute. This is weird. Well, just in case it is playing in the background, let me get out off that screen before we cause problems. Let me check the settings. I don't know why that's not... So my voice is going, so that part's working. No, that all looks right. You can hear the audio? Oh, so it might just be my headphones then. Okay, that's super weird because I don't hear anything, but you guys can actually hear it, which makes no sense whatsoever. So yeah, as long as you guys can hear it, but then again, I don't know if that means that it's gonna... Why would it be doing that? It shouldn't, unless these are... Actually, I think I know what the problem might be. No, that's not the issue. What the heck? Why is it doing this? It's probably these headphones, but like... Alright, so we have 3 levels left, it looks like. Doing this to me today. So you can hear both me and the game, correct? And the problem, though, is I don't know if that means that... Okay, hold on. I'm going to reset my OBS here real quick, so if the stream cuts out for a second, I'm just fixing... Okay, I still can't hear anything. I have no idea what the issue is, but if you guys can hear it, that's what matters more. But my problem is now I don't know if the other thing's working or not, so I don't know if you're going to be able to hear anything from the actual video, and I can't have that happen, so here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to try doing this through my AirPods. Yeah, we're going to try doing this a little bit differently. We're going to try this through my AirPods this time. Okay, these aren't working either, so... This is really, really weird. I've never had this happen before. Like, the audio just doesn't work at all. I can't hear anything from anything that I can listen to. And it can't be the audio port either, because now I've got my AirPods in, and that's not working either. Cutting out, so you had to plug them into a different port. Yeah, that's the problem. My computer only has one port for headphones. AirPods are connected. Yeah, I don't know why it chooses to do this to me, and, like, no one else in streams. Had a couple of matches, but they were just promoting the OnlyFans. Oh, yep, that happens way too often. That's like literally all the ones on at least Tinder at this point. Okay, yeah, I have never had this be an issue before, so... If anyone has any idea, that would be great. I've literally never had this happen. Well, now I need to make sure that I'm actually going to be able to hear anything that gets recorded, so... That's my new problem, is I got to make sure I'm going to be able to hear anything that's gotten recorded. That's sort of the current plan. We're plugged in. That might actually be quite helpful. Might, right? You can hear the audio? Oh, so it might just be my headphones then. I can't hear anything in the recording. Wonderful. So that is a serious problem. think I only have one port for this on here. Okay, that's super weird because I don't hear anything, but you guys can actually hear it, which makes no sense whatsoever. So yeah, as long as you guys can hear it, but then again, I don't know if that means that it's gonna... Why would it be doing that? Okay, this is actually really starting to piss me off because this should not be an issue. I have no idea why it is an issue. Try to see if the college girl and you are compatible. That's good. Okay, guys, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to... These are, actually, I think I know what the problem might be. Shut this thing. I'm going to shut down my laptop and restart it because something's clearly wrong. That's not the issue. I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to restart the computer real quick. So if I cut out here for a few minutes, that's going to be why. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. This should not be something that's happening. Okay, we're back. Let's see if it decides to actually fucking work now. Hey, Cassie. Yeah, it's not necessarily the computer. For some reason, like, you guys are able to hear my audio, but for whatever reason, it's not coming through in any of my headphones or saving in my recordings, which is definitely not normal. And it's still not working on my end. Okay, it's time for Google or ChatGPT. Alright, let's go to settings, because this is insane. I don't know why I can't get anything to work right. Okay, you see that the headphones are plugged in. Okay, I heard the test. I heard the test audio, but I can't hear the game. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I can't hear the game, but I can hear the test audio. Okay, it's finally working. I have no idea why it decided to just randomly change all the settings and stop working. That makes no sense whatsoever. But thank God it's actually working. At least on my end, so if you guys can let me know if it's working on your end. That's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why technology hates me so much. Because I didn't change any settings. And it just randomly decided to stop working entirely. Alright, so after going ahead and doing Mega Mind, you were thinking of hopping into Dying Light the Beast since there's an XP glitch. Oh yeah, get that out of the way sooner rather than later. Oh, wait a minute. Treasure Time 6 is posted. I think I have enough studs for that, because I actually grinded a little bit of studs. Hold on. Hold on just a second. I actually grinded some studs. We're going to run back there real quick and see if we can actually purchase that. I think we can. Alright, well that was extremely obnoxious. Again, I don't know why technology hates me so much. Alright, Pooh Treasure, Super Scream, Character Treasure. Treasure, yes, we have enough. Let's go. Alright, so that is going to mean studs are going to be coming in 48 times as fast as they used to. Alright, that's much better. Okay, 48 times the studs, so obviously True Adventure isn't a problem anymore. But we're more in it because we need like 10 million studs probably to buy everything else in the game. So we do need that money. So once we get through this level is just the normal items that we're missing. But I know that the next level, from what people were saying, is apparently the one where we're missing the R2-D2, who's our last character that we need, which also means we'll be able to buy Han Solo shortly after. And then we just have a few other things to buy, and then we're basically done, which is pretty crazy. Alright, so we get all the studs. We have all the True Jedi stuff done, or True Adventure, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're going to be racking up studs super fast now because, like I said before, the economy in this game isn't busted the way it is in LEGO Star Wars 2. So it's way, way easier to get everything purchased. On your end, anyways, you're saying the girl's showing you more interest than other girls? Ooh, that's awesome. Happy to hear that. Hopefully it all works out. And a Scream. And some studs, so not too much more else going on in there. And there's nothing in there, apparently. Okay. So with this one, we just need to pick up bottles and throw them. Not at the piano, though. We don't need to hit the piano. Alright, that's one hit down. 5 more to go. We already have 350,000 studs. Like I said, we're probably going to need a solid, like, 10 million to buy everything else. Yeah, man, I hope it works out for you. That would be awesome. I'll be curious to see who I can meet in Japan on any of the apps, or if... because they do use them a little bit over there. To some degree, but we'll see how that actually works out. I don't think they use them as often over there as we do over here. Don't put on the hat, just throw the bottle. Stop putting on the hat, man. Just take the bottle. Can I actually get back up here? I don't know if I can get up there. I'm assuming there's a way to. Okay, so now that we're on the ground, break this thing apart. It is nice, though, because we can just have characters that always carry a gun now, which can be very useful at times. Not have to run out of ammo anymore. Okay, so that builds this little thing. And then we couldn't quite get the clock tower area working over here previously, so clearly there's something in there, and clearly there's like a key that we have to turn here, but And it clearly says 12:45 is the time that it wants. Question is, how do we actually change it to that? Ooh, is that shiny silver? It is. Okay, is that the key? Ah, there's the key. That's why we couldn't get it. Also, lots of studs, so happily take that. Alright, so we got that. Then we're gonna grapple on up to here. Where's Indy? Oh, wrong character. There's a video game dating service. There probably is somewhere. I would be very shocked if there wasn't, because it's a popular enough hobby. I wouldn't be surprised if there is, I just don't know. Maybe so you'd find it somewhere on the App Store, potentially. It's probably there somewhere. Okay, so we've got that, so let's take this off of the roof. And now we can rotate to 12:45 for another item. And if you don't know how to use an analog clock, you might have trouble with that. Because I'm willing to bet that there's a lot of people that are younger than me that have never used an analog clock or just don't know how to use one. Which is really, really crazy to think of, because, I mean, that was all we had in school, were the analog clocks, at least until, like, high school, when we were starting to have iPhones and stuff come into existence. Yeah, that's a little crazy. Okay, so now we can figure out what to do with these little segments. It's not a digging series. Is it? And it's not that. Oh, wait. It actually did destroy something. Okay, so was I actually correct initially that we have to, like, actually blow these up? But I was just not doing it correctly? I think that's actually what it wants me to do. Well, that might be half right, because... Okay, so I think I was half right on that, but I think there's still something else we need here. Probably a vehicle or something. It's pretty difficult since gaming is predominantly male. I don't know, like, I feel like it's become a lot more popular from females. Just like certain types of games, at least. I think it's definitely become... It's far more common than it was when I was younger. I will say that, it's far more common than it was when I was younger. And, like, my mom did a little bit of gaming when she was younger, like, with, like, Atari stuff and Tetris, mainly. So it's not unheard of. Okay, so there's the red parcel. Aha, I'm willing to bet... Oh, wait, is this the vehicle we're just repairing? Oh, no, okay. So this has got to be it, then. Should think my tractor sexy. That's what I get for singing that song. Alright, so I kind of had the right idea previously, I just didn't do it correctly. Yeah, we'll see what the dating scene's like in Japan, even though I'm only there for a couple of weeks. Or a week and a half, even. We'll see what happens. I'm a lot taller than a lot of the people over there, so that at least gives me a big advantage. Can you stop bothering me while I try to fix this? Thank you. Not you, Satipo, or whatever your name is. Yeah, that is an interesting song. It's like, she thinks my tractor sexy. It really turns her on. That's an old one, man. That's an old one. Oh, it's the parcel. Very nice. Yeah, that's an old country song, and it's strange. But it's memeable, so there's that. Alright, so we got the parcel out of the way. That's awesome. I think there's, what, 2 more mini-kits? Yep, 2 more mini-kits, and they're probably both on the beach. You stop being a nuisance. Japan's average height is 5'7". That's actually kind of surprising. I know that Japanese women, though, were typically much shorter. don't make you feel old now. Saint, for which part of it? The country song or the talking about the analog clock? Most girls over there aren't too big on height unless the dude is like a dwarf or something. Okay, well that's good too. But I will still definitely be one of the taller people there. It's like my grandmother from that side of the family. She was like 5 foot, I think. And shrunk a little bit in her later years. Yeah, she was really, really short. You pull that. Italian, you're taller than average. Person from Pakistan, there's like 5'6", which is solid. You get to be taller for there. I don't know why I read that as Italian. Barely even, I don't know, I didn't look at it long enough. Alright, so we get through that area, and there's no other secrets here, just some studs, so... That's the song, okay, yep. Yeah, Kenny Chesney's been in music for a long time. I kind of forget that. Like, he's been in country for forever at this point. Because he was like a mentor type of person for Megan Maroney. Alright, through the cave entrance, and we grab a mini kit. One more to go. And let's... Where is this? It's probably on the beach, isn't it? I'm sure it's on the beach. And I'm not sure how much we can exploit this. Like, get through this faster. We've already got like 3 million studs back, so that's great. Gonna have enough to buy a bunch of stuff after this. I was trying to knock out my Duolingo thing here. Or the chess version of it as well, because I forgot to do that earlier. The stream is YouTube featured? Really? I find that very hard to believe. Which that would make sense as to why it wasn't working early on, because whenever streams are actually going to do well, YouTube just likes to find some way to screw them up. Okay, I had no idea what that dive roll was. Big Star. I don't remember what that one is. I don't really remember that song. So the average height means nothing since there's people from those countries that are tall. I got a few family. That's kind of awesome. I'd really like to be that tall. So I'm right at around 6 foot, so... Although, that is one major disadvantage when we get... Okay, I think we can go ahead and build this while I'm already over here, so... Alright, bridge is built. And I'm trying to remember how we get the rest of the car parts here. I think we have to move all of these into the other... Yep. Wait, that's just to get the wrench. So, is that even going to end up being required here? Because that just gets you to the wrench, so I'm not sure if that's actually going to be necessary here. I'll work on it just in case, but I don't think that's actually going to be necessary here. I do love the expanded combat moves in this game. Like, they did work on that at least a little bit, give you a few more options. Okay, steering wheel might be helpful. Okay, so you actually don't need that. Awesome, awesome. So that is definitely a shortcut for free play mode. Choose a high B 6264. That's probably where I'd about want to be, because anything more than that and then flying becomes a complete and total nightmare. Yeah, at that point, flying becomes a serious nightmare. Because even at 6 foot, it's already, like, at least a little bit annoying. It's not, like, awful or anything, but it's definitely a little more cramped. And my dad's the same height as I am, so is my granddad. Although my granddad hasn't flown in a very, very long time. And then, like, my mom's a lot shorter. She's, like, 5'5", 5, 6 maybe, so it's not too bad for her. And then my grandmother, like I said before, was like 5 foot exactly, or maybe even a little bit shorter. She hadn't flown in a long time either, though. Okay, so we need a key here. And they're dropping more bombs. We don't even need to finish the level, we just need to find the key, which is right here. It'll open up a staircase, and then we can go grab the last mini-kit, and we're done with our third-to-last major story level. Hey, Nick. Over 6'5" is a problem. I mean, I've got one friend, one of my closest friends, Marshall. He'd been in a few videos a very, very long time ago. He's 6'8", I think is the exact height, which is pretty insane. And yes, he did play basketball. Yeah, he's like 6'8", or 6'9", he's right around there. And his dad's like just as tall, or maybe even like an inch taller. I knew another guy that, he was in the Clemson Club up in Cincinnati when I lived up there, that was like 6'10", I think it was. Which is just, like, insane, because that's, like, almost a foot taller than me. Okay, 168 down, let's go. Treasure magnet, that actually isn't bad for getting more studs, so that's not too bad of an option. And we're back in the main hall. That actually lit a little bit faster. Let's go. Holy cow. Yeah. I had a few other people that were fairly tall as well that I went to school with that were like 6'3", probably. Like close to that 6'3"-ish range or so. Okay, so we can do Fast Fix, Super Slap, Fast Dig, Fast Build. Poo treasure really isn't that useful. Oh, we have enough for treasure times 8. Let's go. Then we can just go ahead and buy whatever else we can find in here. Alright, very nice. So now we have times... What is that going to be? Like times 600-ish or something? No, I don't think it's that. I didn't really even think about the math there. No, it's going to be like times 300 something, I think. Oh, disarm enemies, that's not fun, though. I think that just means that they don't carry weapons anymore or something. That's not fun. That's boring. I don't want this to be boring. Alright, 2 levels to go, and I think that this level is going to be the one where we find R2-D2. So once we get R2-D2, we'll be able to buy Han Solo, which is another trophy. Well, achievement. Never going to get used to that, I don't think. For some reason, I'm just never going to get used to that. I mean, I'm not surprised that I'm never going to get used to that, because I've done trophies for all of however many years it's been now. Let's go. It's a friend of yours that you know, and his dad's over 7 feet. Dang. Also remember he's taller than you, but you haven't seen him in 5 years, so let's see how tall he is now. 348. You mean 384? Because it's showing 384. I guess that makes sense, because it is like the same in every single one. Your dad's probably in his 70s, you're guessing. My granddad is 85 or 86. It's either 85 or 86. Now, I never knew my granddad on my mom's side. He passed away before I was born. Alright, so R2-D2's somewhere on this level, and I've got a few ideas of where stuff is. So there's a mini-kit all the way up there, which we can get to once we get one of these trucks running. We can actually jump... Or, no, we don't jump from the truck. We jump from the donkey or the horse or whatever it is. Or camel. What was it in the movie? Was it a donkey or a horse or a camel? I know there were horses. I remember there were, like, lines about it, like, that Indy didn't want him to grab a certain kind of animal, but now I'm just blanking on exactly what it was. They both died 20 years before you were born. Oh, okay. Okay, so there's definitely at least something in here, because there's shiny silver in here. There was a lot of stuff in here that we couldn't quite get to previously, so... awesome. We did that last time, actually, so we've at least seen that before. And who'd it give me for explosives? Hand grenades again. I'd rather have the bazooka. The bazooka's way more fun. And now it's a dig site. Yeah, bazooka's more fun. Okay, so where does this go? I actually have no idea where this one goes. So I don't remember where there's a lock on this level, unless there's one up way up here or something. I do see a mini kit, though, so we can grab... Ah, this is what it's for. Excellent. So let's pull this down. You know where the Star Wars character is? Just tell me what scene it's on. I just don't want to go too far past it or something. I'm not worried about it otherwise, I just don't want to go past it or anything. My pancreatic and the other had long. Oh, gotcha. Lego Batman at some point. I'll play it at some point, but I mean, I don't want to do just Lego games. The next game I'm doing is not Lego. There is that knowledge puzzle right there. I wouldn't be... It's outside here? Okay, awesome. Then we should be able to find it. I have a pretty good idea of actually where it is. I think it's behind this knowledge check. I don't know why I call them knowledge checks, because it's really not. It's just a little matching puzzle. I don't know, I just think that from, like, whenever we're forced to do, like, lesson-type stuff for our training for our different technology and our different system. Oh, I wasn't watching. Yeah, whenever we're forced to do, like, training on new technology and stuff, and they always call the stuff knowledge checks, which is why I just think that most of the time. Oh yeah, this is something. We'll see if this is actually the character, or if it's something else. We got a Thuggy statue. And I'm assuming we need that in order to get... Or actually, I guess we'll see. Around the beginning where I spawn. Oh, okay, so we might be up on that high ledge then. We'll knock this out too. Up on the hill? Okay, awesome. I know we got to go up there anyway for a mini-kit, so that's totally fine. Because I don't think we got very many of the mini-kits on this level the first time through. I think we only got, like, 4 or 5 of them the first time through, so... And now we have to dig. Alright, mini-kit, let's go. Another mini-kit. That's what, 7? Yep. 3 more to go. Then there's one out here. I know that we are actually gonna have to... Oh, right, our friends here, even though they kind of attack me sometimes too, so I'm not sure how much I'd call them friends. Alright, so out here I know... Whoa, that was close. Good news, you found out there's a mock for Club Obi-Wan, and the instructions are online, so we'll be building that Sunday. Oh, very nice. It's only the white dragon that Willie and the other dancers walk out of. Oh, okay, so you could just build up the rest around it, I guess. Use the YouTube videos for reference, but mostly use the detectors. I mean, for the most part, the stuff has been mostly easy to find. It's just the Star Wars characters are a little bit different because there's no detector for them that I'm aware of. Or if there is, I don't have it, but I don't think there is. I think there's only ones for the artifacts and the mini-kits. Okay, so now we're going to need to bring one of those horses back over here. And we are going to need to use this later on, but for now we're just going to go get the horse. So there's a mini-kit up there, and presumably the character, so just 2 more mini-kits after that, and we'll be all done. Got more than enough studs now, so purchasing everything else in the game is not going to be an issue. Like I said, economy in this one is nowhere near as busted as it is in LEGO Star Wars 2, where it takes just absolutely absurd amounts of grinding to get everything. Because I swear, like, that is one of the worst LEGO games in terms of, like, actually having to grind studs. Oh, I could have totally gotten this in story. Look at that, I definitely could have gotten this in story. I thought you just needed to have a super jump character. Apparently not. And there he is! R2-D2! That is our 5th and final Star Wars character. Let's go. Alright, with that, that's another achievement knocked out. We're almost done here. Finish this level, finish the final level, buy the remaining stuff, and there's also a bonus level, I think? Yeah, we still got a bonus level left. But yeah, we're almost done. Pretty crazy. Rest around, it's just tables and people. Gonna have to find a Lego piece you can use for the gong. Have they never made a gong in any of the Lego sets out there? And we're getting shot by a bazooka. Wonderful. I can probably actually just hit him with grenades. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I can do that, but that's not what I'm going to do first. First, let's grab the parcel and get that out of here. Yeah, because normally you're supposed to have that tank take everything out, but we have an explosive character of our own now, so... Oh, that's the mini kit. Oh, okay, well, we'll take that too. We'll take that. Always appreciate a nice mini kit. That was a great throw, Zach. Oh, is that going to be the... Nope, that's not it. Well, you know what? Just do it the normal way, I guess, because why not? Yeah, why not just do it the normal way, then? If we're already, like, halfway through the normal way, we might as well. Oh, you actually can't do this fast. Okay. Interesting, so you can't actually exploit this area. That's kind of surprising. Usually you can. Love this game, by the way, one of your other favorites. But Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga will always be one of them, or always be your favorite. That one is an absolute classic, not gonna lie. That is a great game. Okay, so we already got the one in here before. Must be right here, then. Oh, there's the parcel box. Let's roll. Might not even have to finish the level. They might have... Yeah, I feel like that's something that might have been in a set at some point. It just seems iconic enough. Maybe in like a Ninjago set or something? In like a dojo set for a Ninjago? Yeah, the Complete Saga is an absolute classic as well. I just never 100%ed it because I only ever owned it on the Wii. And I just never got around to actually finishing it because, I mean, it was on the Wii, which is probably the worst way you could have played that game. Well, at least it bounced into the correct spot. Getting sick of Lego mostly since you've been grinding the pieces for the last trophy. Yeah, I mean, I've now done 2 Lego games within, like, the last month or so. And, I mean, again, these are classics that I absolutely grew up loving, so... I have no problem with doing it, but it's just, don't want to overly oversaturate the channel with just Lego content. There's other classic games I definitely want to play. Many, many other classic games that I want to play. I think the last one is that, so... Can we just... Nope, that doesn't work. Yeah, Ninjago sets have a lot of them. Have them in red, gold, and purple. Oh, okay, cool. Probably use an Asian conical hat. Yeah, because I don't have, like, any Ninjago sets. I've never had any interest in that line, in all honesty. I don't know, I just never could get into it. Same with the game. Purple version that exists. That sounds like it would be rare, but, I mean, again, I don't know, because I don't know Lego Ninjago at all. You no longer have your Borderlands 2 save? Oh, that sucks. How close were you to getting the Platinum done? Hopefully you had just, like, started it or something. Or already had everything done. Okay, can you just come and drive over the mine now? You've had too many Ninjago sets. Yeah, I just never could get into it. Never got into the Lego games either for it, especially the Lego movie for it. And there's our last mini-kit, so we're not actually going to have to finish the level. Although, I would appreciate if he'd stop shooting at me for 3 seconds so I could get up there. Why is there still a white arrow? Yeah, we collected everything, so that sometimes happens with LEGO games. The collectible detector might do that. That does actually happen sometimes, so not overly surprising. But we got everything, so the level's cleared. Only 7 more to go, all in the final level. There's treasure times 10, so let's get that. What is that, like, 3,840 multiplier or whatever it is? Get that going, get the rest of the parcels that we haven't purchased yet. Go ahead and buy some characters. Han Solo should be available for us now as well. Yeah, I think Han Solo will be available, which is also great. You're not sure, still need a lot of story. Oh, okay. Actually, I have a LEGO Ninjago set that was 70 at launch, now sells for 350 or opened 150. Okay, very nice. You have it built. I mean, it's still worth twice what you paid for it, so it's not a bad deal at all. Alright, let's get our last few characters. Belloc, enemy officer, Belloc in his robes, the Maharaja, the Chatterlao, Thuggy, the Thuggy Acolyte, Kazim, the Crusade Bazooka Trooper, Colonel Vogel, Kazim for the Desert, Donovan, the Grail Knight, that's expensive, Fedora from the bonus level, and of course, Han Solo, only available once you have found the 5 Star Wars characters. And that is 2 more achievements right there. And we're nearing that 100% completion as well. Go ahead and buy the remaining parcels that we haven't purchased yet, because why not? Pooh Treasure, Super Scream, Character Treasure, Regenerating Health, and Treasure times 10. So presumably that means the final one is Invincibility. We don't really need most of these other ones on, but I will turn on all the stud multipliers just for the fun of it. Last one I'm assuming is Invincibility, so we can go ahead and grab that here in just a second. And then after that, just a bonus level left, and we'll be all done. Pretty crazy. Again, I'm surprised there's not more achievements for things like, you know, customize a character at least, because that's a common achievement or trophy in LEGO games. Comes with a minifigure that costs $76 alone. Oh, nice. Wish they'd remaster these classic hits in one collection with achievements. Just get Aspire to do the remasters. Oh, that'd be awesome if they did that. Okay, so they don't... Oh, maybe they weren't. I don't know if they were going to attack me or not, but too late now. They effed around and found out. Hope that who helped you last time will help you again. Hopefully. Hopefully they're consistent. Alright. So for that, I'm going to need either a high jump character or there's something that we're going to need to build that I don't know about. Okay, maybe it's something I actually need to build here. Or maybe there's a hatch somewhere that I didn't see before. Okay, you know what? These guys are getting kind of annoying, so let's just make sure they can't cause any more problems. Yep, we can blow up the trucks. That's what I thought. And there's the parcel box. Bazooka Trooper's fun. That is a really weird, glitchy fire effect, by the way. Alright, let's get our parcel. Hey, Redox. Yep, I'm getting pretty close to the mastery. This is our final story level. And then we just have one more bonus level after that and purchasing a couple of items, and then we're done. Okay, that is our parcel collected. Yeah, how do I get to that one? It looks like there's also something else over here that I didn't get before. Okay, so that just gives me a key. Or is that one inside the temple? That one might actually be inside of the temple. Oh, wait a minute. I bet that I can use one of these. One minifigure that'll stay rare permanently is the Mola Ram. Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's really no chance they'll ever make that set again, so yeah, that one should go up in value. How did I not get this one before? Was I just not thinking by the time I got to this level? Or these last couple of levels? Because there were definitely a couple of items that I could have gotten that I didn't. And what does that do? Right. Oh, well, we don't really even need the studs anymore. We have so much money at this point, we're not going to have any problems. Okay, who do we have for smart character this time? We have Brody. Left, bottom right, right, down. Awesome. No Lego Indiana Jones 2, that's mediocre. Yeah, that one, I didn't dislike it, but it definitely wasn't one of the more memorable ones for me. It was an okay game, though. I didn't have any major issues with it at all. And it was a Lego game. It is sort of what it is. I'd say it's one of the more forgettable ones, because it only covers one additional movie over this one. As much as you'd love to invest in the Temple of Doom set, don't think it's worth it considering you own all the minifigures. Yeah, I mean, that's just by far the biggest part, and you could probably rebuild your own minecart if you really wanted to. You could probably find a cheaper way to do it, because, there's minecart stuff from Minecraft. Okay, now that we're inside. Several things for sure that we're going to have to find in here. Alright, is that the way that we move forward? No, it's not, but we do have a Thuggy statue to deal with. Tried to get the platinum for Indiana Jones 2, but the Builder trophy glitched on you. Yeah, that game had, several buggy trophies from what I remember. And, very finicky ones that you had to do in, a very specific way, from what I remember. And what's underneath? Okay, we're going to take the torch first. That's fine, too. And is this how we begin this portion, or was this something else? Okay, that's open. Oh, nope, that's necessary. That's a little piece that we're going to need. You buy a sealed copy and keep it that way permanently. It costs $700. Yeah, that would... I don't know how long it would take for you to get your investment back on that. I mean, you would eventually for sure, but, I don't know how long that would take. It's one of those, 3 sets you wish you had. Imagine a remaster of both those games happen and they botch them. So with, Lego Indiana Jones and Batman, maybe Lego Island is a bonus game. Never played Lego Island. I don't think they would botch it up, though, because usually Lego does pretty well with that kind of stuff. I feel like compared to some companies out there that do remakes and remasters and such. Okay, so now we have the giant deadly saws of doom that were really not that deadly. Okay, so we need a short character for this. We can use the Maharaja for that. Now, what's this going to do? Because we definitely couldn't do this before. Aha! Just a little simple secret room. And we need to weigh this down. That was it. Hardly a puzzle, but you know what? I'll take an easy one. Sure. Hardly a puzzle, though. Well, I guess I shouldn't complain. Right, we've already got that mini kit, so... Or, was it a mini kit? I think it was a mini kit. That's going to dig us up. Some more platforms to use. Struggled with this part a little bit in my initial run of this. Especially when I nearly get my butt cut in half by a saw. And I still managed to get my butt cut in half by a saw. Yeah, there was at one point in time a method of execution where they'd actually saw you in half. Which sounds like one of the most horrific things imaginable. Let's just be patient, let them go back in, and we're good. all they did was outsource them to double 11 for the Lego Harry Potter remasters. Oh, okay. I mean, I still need to play the PS5 version of that collection. Still need to play that at some point. I will get around to it eventually. I don't know when, though. Box design for the Temple of Doom looks beautiful. I think I've seen it before, just like in random places for sale on like marketplaces online for the hundreds of dollars that it would cost. Okay, let me guess. Do I have to shoot this? Shoot that instead, okay. Might have been a way to get that one otherwise, but I don't know. Oh, okay, it was working. That was weird. It's like it wasn't really retracting at first. Okay, no problem. Push it in. And we got it. I don't think it actually comes back out, but just in case it does, we're not going to take a risk of that. It's funny how some of them, like, stagger when you try to jump while carrying something, but other ones don't. Okay, just open up this next door, and that'll take us to the second trial. And we still have... how many more mini-kits do we need? 3 more. There's one right there, and presumably it's just a short character door, so that's actually pretty easy. Oh, nope, not gonna be that simple. Keep that character up there just in case it retracts. Alright, that's number 8, so 2 more. And then use Indy to grab this. Oh, I remember this area. Use Brody on this. Upper left, mid right, bottom left, center. And got it. Wish they'd go back to the old LEGO formula instead of all of them being an open world. I mean, the open world has its ups and downs. Like, it can be fun to explore if they're not, like, a massive, massive open world. Because, like, The Incredibles wasn't too bad because it was not really that big of an open world, and you could finish that game in, like, 15 hours to 100%. But then some of the other ones are just massive, like with LEGO Star Wars, where it's literally, like, 17 or 18 planets you have to fully explore. And all of them are pretty big. A lot of them have multiple areas. Okay, so this is our next mini-kit. Random ship bell. Oh, it's a jumping puzzle. Okay, then. Hey. Come on, this is not that hard of a jump. Wait. That one's not coming in and out. Do I need something else there? That's weird. That one's not coming in and out. Okay, that's really weird. Am I missing something there? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right, so let me come back here later. In case I'm missing something, we might still need another item. That doesn't quite seem normal, though. That seems weird, because that other one should be sticking out unless there's more to this, like, as a puzzle. Okay, yeah, let me make sure there's... No, there's definitely nothing else over there, so... let's see. Apparently selling a used version of it for $350 with everything? That's actually not a bad deal. That's actually really not that bad of a deal for that set. That'd be like getting the Cloud City set for like $300 or $400, even used. I think LEGO Harry Potter years 5 through 7 was the last game to do that. Yeah, I think you're probably right on that. Okay, we don't want to go through this yet because something's off with this because... Yeah, I can't... It seems like that one is not sticking out for some reason, so... Yeah, that one's definitely not sticking out like it's supposed to, so... I think the game's glitched yet again. For as much as I like this game, we've had quite a few issues with this one, with just bugs and stuff, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. Because that platform is not sticking out. Let me make sure that I'm not missing something with this. But I don't think I am. I think this might actually just be the game having bugged out a bit, so... That seems like it's a bug. No, the guide says that they all move in and out, so... Check a different guide and make sure it's not just that one saying it. Yeah, I think we've got another glitch in this game. I swear I don't remember the Wii having this many problems when I played it. Because that is not coming out, so that is definitely bugged. Well, that means we're going to have to replay this level one more time. Isn't that just amazing? Let's go ahead and find the last one, though, before we do anything else. If you hadn't seen the movie, you'd be in a bit of trouble here, because, like... Well, I mean, you wouldn't be because all the things light up correctly, but, like, imagine if these didn't light up and you hadn't seen the movie. You wouldn't have any idea what to do here. And especially in the next area. Ain't finding Cloud City for under 3,000. We've only had 2 Cloud City sets ever. True. And this last one's super easy. It's just literally right behind one thing to blow up. But yeah, imagine like if you had never seen the movie and you didn't know about how this room works. You could literally just sit here for like an hour and have no idea what you're supposed to do because like nothing makes a bridge appear or anything like that. I feel like you could definitely like really troll someone who had never seen the movie with that. But obviously they're the invisible bridges, so you just step on and take your leap of faith. I'd actually really like to see someone who had never seen the movie attempt that. That'd actually be pretty funny. Because I suspect that they would be very lost for a while. Until they just got around to just trying everything and hoping that something finally worked. I think the PS2 version is just a shitty version of the game. Yeah, it seems like it. The way things are going. Because that should definitely be coming in and out, but it's not. Okay, so we're almost done with the game at this point. We collected every red parcel in the game. That's invincibility, awesome. But yeah, that one bugged out. That was definitely not an issue with the other version of the game, with the Wii version, that I remember. I mean, LEGO games are, at least some of the older ones, are a little known for being buggy. Yeah, that's rather annoying, Cassie. I hope it doesn't do it again, because I've had a surprising amount of issues with this game so far. Like, it's crashed on me a couple of times, and then it's glitched on me a couple of times like that, with stuff like that, where the game just wouldn't progress correctly. They're not major, because you only lose a little bit of time, but it's definitely weird that it started happening here. Because in terms of, like, all the other games that I've done so far for LEGO... most of them have worked fine, or really just most of the RetroAchievements games I played in total worked fine. Really about the only one, like, I think there was maybe one crash in Barnyard, which was, like, by far the longest one we had done before this. And aside from that, I don't think there were any issues. Maybe a little bit of lag on, like, one of them. And that was about it. So yeah, I don't know why this particular game is being a little bit more questionable in that sense. I don't know if it's just, like, the ROM or the emulator or what. Or if it's just the game itself. Because again, I did not own the PS2 version of this game. I owned the Wii version. Can't think of too many LEGO games that you have to do something that the movie makes you do. The Invisible Bridge is the only one you can think of. But yeah, like, if you had never seen the movie, you'd be completely, like, clueless there, which is kind of funny to think. You'd probably... I wonder if they ever got any angry emails from someone who had never seen the movie and was like, this game's broken, I've replayed this level 10 times and the game won't let me pass this area. I wouldn't be the most surprised in the world if someone did that, if we're being completely honest. There's a lot of stupid people in this world, so that's 100% something I feel like could happen. Okay. It'll only take a few minutes to get back there. Or they would give up and look at a guide. True, but the thing is, remember that this game came out in, like, 2007 or 2008? So, like, YouTube was around then, but there wasn't really much in the way of, like, Let's Playing yet. And when some of these older LEGO games came out, like, you know, LEGO Star Wars 1, there was even less, like, guides available. Because, I mean, the internet was obviously going by then, but just... you didn't have very much in the way of video guides yet. I mean, I don't think Chugga started Let's Playing until, like, 2008. Try turning on VSync in the PSX2 and in-game. Okay, I'll try that if it doesn't work this time. Okay, so I actually do have to do that puzzle, unfortunately, which is just kind of a waste of time. A lot of knowledge puzzles here. I think at this point someone would have just asked someone on the internet. No idea if Jade can do tonight was talking to someone and was not paying attention to the chat. I don't think he's been in chat yet today, so... okay, so go through that. No need to do anything else over there. Then we just have a bit of platforming here. A lot of switching between shovel and puzzle book things in this level, if you want to call them that. Okay, just wait for those to move. And let those retract just to be safe here, so we don't have to really redo anything. Do like having all the bricks, though. Definitely makes things go a little bit faster. Still getting 150 million studs. Oh, speak of them. Hey, T-Jade. Cassie was just wondering something about you. So yeah, if it doesn't work this time, I'll try that VSync change, but this is... it's just weird that it's happened multiple times in this game, and there really weren't issues in these other games, so... I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not exactly very knowledgeable when it comes to, like, emulators and stuff. Still very new to this whole PC gaming aspect and emulating aspect. Alright, we're almost back to the room, so didn't take too much time. Only took about another 5 or 6 minutes to get back, so really not a big deal, just highly unfortunate that it's having to be done at all. And yet another knowledge puzzle, because of course there is, because they put like 10 million of them in this level. Because this is the one level where they give Indy access to the book. So I'm assuming that's why. We're not going to get to see the whole "you chose poorly" scene again, unfortunately, but that's okay, as long as we can knock this out here. Okay, now we're back. Yep, it's working now, so it was 100% a glitch before. And like I said, it's just weird that it's now happened multiple times. In, like, different levels and stuff. Okay, we got it. That's the last mini-kit in the game. At least it worked that time. Master Raider. Unlock every treasure in the game. And that should unlock our final bonus level, which is the last thing we need to do in the game, which is pretty awesome. Downloaded Mortal Shell and High on Life. Oh, nice. Okay, at least it worked that time. So yeah, like I said, for some reason this particular game has been a lot buggier than most of the other ones I play. At least on RetroAchievements so far. As much as I love the game. Alright, we got one more extra to purchase. I don't know if you actually need to do this. You do. Okay, so purchase every extra in the game is done. And all we have left now is the bonus level. The last bonus level, and then we're all done. I have 100% completion, 99.1% complete so far. We throw this in. I don't know if that's actually required or not, but we're going to anyway. Warehouse. The third and final bonus level. This one, of course, is a hint at the fourth movie. Hey, get shanked. End is in sight. Home stretch. Heck yeah. About to get a mastery. Even though the time on this game is going to be wrong because I had that time where it, like, started trying to stream the game through a different title, which was still a really, really weird issue that I've never had before. Oh, is this another Lego City type level? Oh, I thought it was actually a, whatchamacallit? Huh. I could have sworn that this was a actual level where you had to, like, beat it like a story aspect. Apparently not. Well, why would I do that when I can just use a bazooka? Oh, there's a cone currently floating in midair, which concerns me. Sorry, Indy. And is that something else I can blow up? It is. Motorcycles, okay. 2 motorcycles. And a tank to drive, and all sorts of weapons. Like, every weapon in the game seems to be here, which is cool. All these random cones are around. The barrels you can hide in. Is this supposed to be like an early prototype for like a level creator, I wonder? Because they started doing those not too long after this, I don't think. I don't think it was Lego Batman, but it was like Lego Harry Potter maybe had like custom level designs that you could do. So what does that do? Apparently nothing. Nothing that we haven't already tried. Oh, these we have to pick up. Okay. What are they used for? Yeah, that's what this looks like. It's almost like it's meant to be like a custom warehouse where you can just build your own tracks, sort of. That is 100% what this is. I don't remember this at all. I do not remember it being this way at all. It's actually really cool. I'm not going to lie. That's actually pretty cool. What does that do? Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. Am I excited for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? I am definitely excited for it. Like, it won't be a day one or anything, because I don't care as much about Batman as I do about stuff like Star Wars or Indiana Jones, but I'm definitely excited for it. I will definitely be playing it at some point. Ooh, we can't get to that one yet, so... Oh, is that what these switches do? Yeah, this is 100% meant to be like an early version of the level builder that we got in later games, which is actually, again, really cool. Even if it's just to build a racing level. Oh, does that just... Oh, those just change the camera angle. Okay, I thought they were, like, creating something. But you can place these. Oh, that creates actual track patterns for you to drive along. Interesting. Yeah, they definitely want you to go all in on this and actually, like, make your own track, which is, again, interesting. Literally every weapon is available, a target we can hit for a bunch of studs. Alright, how many can we get out of this target? Come on, just keep giving me studs. Is this literally all you have to do to beat this level? Like, as cool as this sort of create your own level design is, if this is all you have to do, that's actually really funny. Either that or it's just another glitch in the game, which is entirely possible at this point. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that Lego Batman game. I'm sure it'll be fun. Okay. I don't know if that's what I was supposed to do, but okay. There it is! Mastered Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures. Mastery number 5 on the channel. Let's go. Yeah, I definitely don't think that's what I was supposed to do for that. What's my least favorite Lego game? That'd be a hard choice, actually, because there's a handful that I really didn't like. Lego Batman 3 is up there for sure. Your least favorite is The Hobbit. Hated the game and the fact they never added DLC for the third movie. Oh, okay. Not sure if you want to get first. Oh, you guys are going for that, hopefully. So once you get 100% in the game, the college will infinitely rain down studs for you. So that's cool, even though it's not exactly useful at this point. Alright, guys, we did it. We have finished our next mastery. Lego Indiana Jones has been mastered. Let's take a look at that Retro Achievements list. I'm going to pull that up over here. Thanks, everyone. That was fun. Very fun game, aside from it having a few bugs. And like I said, that time is definitely not accurate. Because there was that time where the game was just like, yeah, we're just going to randomly keep a stream going, even though you clearly ended it and didn't want another one to start. So subtract like probably 2 hours from the time, 2 to 3 hours. So in reality, this was probably like 15 to 17 hours of total gameplay, which is definitely longer than I was kind of expecting for this game. There's a little bit more to it, but still not obviously a super long game by any means. So for the achievements, you get 1 achievement for every single story level, so everything through here, just beat every story level for the first time, but you can't use any red bricks to get these. So you have to beat the entire game on story mode at first without using any red bricks, which really isn't that big of an issue. Do you know if I'll play another Lego game? Next one I would play would probably be Lego Batman, but that's not going to be anytime soon, I don't think. So then you have to beat the 3 bonus levels, which I think you unlock them by finishing enough of the mini-kits, but I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that one. It might be something based on something else. Young Indy, of course, is the one based on that sort of prologue area of the third movie. Ancient City is just the Lego City level of the game, where you have to collect 1,000,000 studs as quickly as possible. And Warehouse is apparently a precursor to when you could actually, like, design your own levels in later games. Even though you could only just, like, design a racetrack. But apparently you can just shoot that target in the corner a bunch of times, and that somehow counts for the stud goal, which is actually kind of nice. Unlock every treasure in the game, of course, is all of the mini-kits. There are 180 total, 10 per level for 18 levels. Most of them are easy to get, but a handful of them are a little bit more well-hidden, to where having a guide up, if you do start to get stuck at any point, isn't the worst idea in the world, but shouldn't be overly necessary for the most part. Especially as long as the game isn't, like, breaking on you the way it did for me on a few levels. Purchase every character. There are 85 characters total in the game. Of course, one of them is Han Solo, who you can't get until later. But just complete all the levels, finish all the mini kits, and then purchase all of them, and you'll get that one. All the red parcels, and then purchase all of them. There are 24 of those, 18 in levels, 6 that are available by default, and they range from anywhere from like 20,000 studs for the cheapest ones, maybe even less than that, up to like 5 million studs for the 10 times multiplier. So they do take quite a bit of money, but again, the economy in this one's nowhere near as busted as it is in LEGO Star Wars 2, so you shouldn't really have any problems with studs this time around, even if you don't get these until later on in the game. True Adventurer rank in every level is just the stud meter, so that's a pretty typical LEGO trophy or achievement, just build a stud meter. You are allowed to use red bricks for it. I managed to get it in story on 17 out of the 18 levels. There was only one where I missed it, and knocked it out almost instantly by using the multipliers. And then you have your extra type of collectible for finding the 5 different characters from the Star Wars universe within levels. So Chewie, Luke, and C-3PO are all in the first movie. I think they're in like the first, second, and like 4th level of the first movie. So the first 3 are all in the original movie. And then the Leia, I believe, is in the palace somewhere. And I think it's in one of the ones when you're underneath the palace, actually. And then that's Leia. And then R2-D2 is the last one we got. He was in that 3rd to last level of the game, or 2nd to last level of the game, actually, in one of those secret areas, even though that one really wasn't that hard to get to. And then finally, Han Solo, you can purchase him once you have found the 5 Star Wars characters, and he does count for the other achievement related to it. There's a DS version of LEGO Indiana Jones. Might try getting the mastery for that because they're much easier. Oh, let's see what it's like. 230 points, 30 achievements. Complete the story mode of every level. So how many levels is there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there's 18 levels, it looks like. Obtain True Adventurer 12 times in each level. That's weird. There's only 6 levels in each of them. Unless each one's 2 different separate levels. Collect all 60 idols, so that's your typical collectible trophy. Gold bricks from minigames, I don't know how hard that would be. All red bricks is pretty typical. Hints is pretty typical. Buying all the extras is pretty typical, unless the stud counter is just really messed up in that version. And buy all the characters. Okay, yeah, that actually looks pretty easy for sure. It's literally just like 100% the game. And the DS ones should be a lot shorter, so that's not too bad at all. Yeah, it's another LEGO game done, so we can look at our profile now. We now have 5 masteries done. We have LEGO Star Wars the video game for GameCube, my only GameCube mastery actually. A great first game to play. Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, that was a fun time, very good game. Surprisingly fun, underrated game overall. Barnyard the video game, of course, is an absolute classic. Fairly Odd Parents Break Into Our Rules, that was a real quick one. Only took me 2 streams to knock that one out. Kind of knew that was going to be short because that's only like a 4-hour game. And now LEGO Indiana Jones, which is now my longest completion, and it looks to be my... That's actually got the highest rarity points value. That's actually a little surprising, especially given Barnyard. I would have thought Barnyard would have been rarer than that. But like when it comes to time, again, that time's not accurate. It's more like 17 hours probably. Fairly Odd Parents, 5.5 hours is pretty accurate. Barnyard, a little over 12 hours is about right. Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, a little under 8 hours. LEGO Star Wars 1, 10.5 hours, because I did have to do a little bit of stud farming off screen for a couple of hours. Alright, and then in terms of the other games on here, I don't know if or when I'll do Lights, Camera, Pants. That one does have a lot of points, though, so I'll have to look into that. I just didn't really grow up playing that one. Attacking the Great Juju Challenge, I would love to do that one. Like, me and Lizard Guy need to do that one in co-op. I think that would actually be a lot of fun to do. Because that game is actually really fun to play in co-op. Could be entertaining. Nicktoons Unite, I don't think has any version that has achievements. Freedom Fighters has no achievements on any version. SpongeBob does have achievements on the PS2 version, which we will do at some point, but not really anytime soon. And Rocket Power Beach Bandits does not have achievements on any version. Fairly Odd Parents, I think, only has achievements on this version and like a Game Boy, Game Boy version. And then Barnyard has another achievements list, and it's on the GameCube version. It's actually harder. And I don't know if I'm going to do that one on stream or not, or if I'm just going to do it off stream and just edit it in with this video at some point. So we'll have to see about that. And we're currently up to 46,000 on the leaderboards, which is pretty solid. We are making a little bit of progress there. I mean, yeah, I've mostly done easier games, but definitely some progress. We're not done for the stream by any means tonight, guys. It's only been an hour and a half, so we're not done yet. But, yeah, that's awesome. Another mastery. All that progress, going up in points. And I now have almost 1,500 points. I wonder if that's enough for me to request an achievement list to be made for a game yet. Because you need like a certain amount of points before you can do that. I can! Let's go. Let's request a... Well, let me see if there's an active claim for either version. Okay, nope. We're going to go with PS2 version, and we're going to request a set. Very cool. So that's our very first ever set request. Hopefully we get one for Freedom Fighters. I really want another excuse to play the game. Even though I know I'm going to get my ass handed to me on the highest difficulty, because that game's actually really hard on the highest difficulty. Yeah, we're not done for the night. This should give us a chance to finally finish off Rocket Power Beach Bandits tonight. The bizarre Rocket Power game where robots try to kill children. I wish I was joking, but that's actually kind of the plot. And because I don't want the stream to end off at like an hour and a half, because that'd be boring. And because I really don't want to go to work tomorrow, or any day this week, because we're about to leave for Japan, and just more excited for that. Plus I got some packing and stuff to do. I got some editing to finish up for videos. But I've got currently 3 of the shorter Platinum Trophy videos are edited and ready to go. And I've got 2 shorts done, so those can go up as well. And I'm hoping to have one more Platinum Trophy video just at least ready, like a small one, and then the Clock Tower speedrun I'm also hoping to have done. Oh, great, it does this sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it has troubles loading up this one. Let me try that again. Sometimes it does that. These things aren't perfect. They're all rated 4 stars, except for Breaking Dawn Rules doesn't even have a star rating, which is kind of funny. Yeah, all my masteries are hardcore mode, which is also great. Which, I mean, again, none of them have been particularly hard games by any means, but... The next thing I'm going to do does have a few missable achievements, and it is a more challenging game overall. It's not going to be one that I don't do on hardcore. I mean, I'm still going to do hardcore for most games at this point. I don't know of any games I would need to do non-hardcore on. But this will be the next set that I request achievements for at some point. Oh, great. It's having problems for some reason. Let me wait on this screen for a few seconds and see if it fixes itself. Oh. Well, it fixed itself by completely crashing out. Because of course it did. Okay, let's try not hitting any buttons this time and see what happens. That's the sort of problem with emulators, is that they're not always gonna work exactly the way you want them to. Gonna start using the pool at your college since you've been eating a little more than you should be lately. I did not eat particularly well this weekend because I was depressed after we got our asses handed to us by Syracuse in football. Even though I was kind of expecting it, it still sucked. I mean, I think that this is finally turning enough people against Dabo and realizing that, hey, something's very, very wrong here. We need to fix this. Like, the fans are not going to keep putting up with it that much longer. And Dabo can throw his little temper tantrums all he wants. It's not really working that well anymore on most of us. I guess it was just me trying to be a little bit rapid with pressing the button there, so that's why it didn't work. Alright. Thanks, Redox. That was a fun game. Very, very fun game. And load up our game. We should be able to get through this tonight, so then I'll just have to find another game to play, like, on the side as when I get done with other games. I don't know. We'll see. Can't wait for the cold to come, because I normally eat less in the winter. You probably also, like, burn more during the winter, I would think, just because, like, your body needs more calories when it's really cold out. I have so many tabs open in my phone, so clear those out. This is a pretty big level. Whoa, did Elon Musk become a Christian today? Looking around on X a little bit. Well, good for him if he did. Alright, so now we are off to the mountain levels. We can only play as Otto here because apparently he's the only one that's willing to try this. The cold is going to make them stay in their nests, all the germs and bugs everywhere. Honestly, I don't feel like there's anywhere near as many bugs as like we used to have when I was younger. I don't know if I'm the only one that's ever noticed that, but it feels like there's fewer bugs out these days. And this is, like, totally safe, right? This is totally a safe way to enjoy life. Totally a safe activity. Cave exploring in an active volcano. Even though I don't think there's actually an active volcano anywhere around there in this universe. Just checking something on my thing. My OBS. Alright, we got these guys again. Little security robots. Yeah, I really hope we get an achievement list for this game, even though they definitely could have some annoying ones in here if they really wanted to. Like, get every single gold coin is a little bit problematic, because there are a few gold coins later on that are pretty obnoxious to get, if I remember correctly. I think in all my many playthroughs of this game, over all the years, I think I've only ever done it maybe once, where I actually got every single gold coin, even though I usually don't go for all of them. Because you only need 60 to unlock everything in the game. You don't need all 100. But if it had a retro achievement tied to it, of course, then I would do it. I can think of things like, you know, use every type of puck on an enemy, defeat each type of enemy. Spec Ops bots, they're annoying. See, they actually have 3 attacks, and one of their attacks I didn't even know they had until, like, when I did my Let's Play of the game. And that was many, many years after the first time I ever played. Always preferred the winter. I have never been a winter person. I am just not a fan of the cold. I learned that living in Cincinnati. That was cold enough for me for one lifetime. Winter only gets annoying if it randomly happens during the summer. Yeah, like, we joke that in the Carolinas we have, like, 12 different seasons. Because you get, like, 3 different eras of spring and fall. Where it jumps between being super, super hot out and super, super cold out of nowhere. And it just doesn't make any sense. So it's like, you get multiple false summers and false winters during those seasons of the year. It's pretty common, honestly. Ooh, the super explosive puck. That is the insta-kill puck. If you're close enough. I want to see if I can get him to use some other attacks, because he has like 3 different attacks, which is really weird. Okay, so he can melee. Obviously, he can shoot his goo ball. His attacks do a lot of... Okay, he's too stupid, so we're just going to skip him. He's too stupid to figure out what I wanted him to do. Ooh, the microwave gas station bean burrito. The full healing item. Let's go. At least I think that's what it is, because that's exactly what it looks like from the Escape from Lars Mountain episode. Zipline portion, I think, are other gold coins here. At least I hope it is. It is. Find it easier to be warm than it is to be cold. And that's fair. Like, they always say, you know, obviously you could put on more layers when it's cold, but can't really take your skin off when it's warm, if that makes any sense. You only take off so many clothes. I tolerate the heat for the most part just fine. Okay, so here we're going to get some machine gun pucks. And we're going to get some new enemies here. We haven't seen these enemies before. And again, this dude is like totally fine with murdering children. So I gotta say, Rocket Power is like... This show... There are like probably at least 7 or 8 episodes where at least one of the main characters should have probably died, if not multiple of them. Because of the stupid ideas they have to do in certain episodes. Like Otto going surfing in the middle of a hurricane. Like Otto and Reggie going surfing in the middle of a typhoon in Hawaii. Driller bots, they're more annoying than anything else. They don't really do anything. Or the episode where they go off trail mountain biking in the Grand Canyon and they all get injured and nearly killed by lightning. Or actually, no, now that I think about it, there have been 2 different times where Otto went out during a hurricane. That's actually happened twice now that I think about it. That's literally happened twice. The first time, he just wants to go out surfing to impress his favorite surfer. And then the second time is when him and Twister go out into the ocean in the middle of a hurricane in order to find Twister's camera. Except they're not trying to go out in the ocean. They go out onto the pier where it was, but ends up in the ocean. So again, like, in this show, there are like at least half a dozen times they should have all died. Because they just do such stupid things. Or the time when Otto and Twister go into the back bowl, so like an off-limits section of a mountain for snowboarding, and then get lost in the freezing cold and nearly get attacked by deer or mooses or something. So honestly, this is completely par for the course if we're being completely fair. Yeah, this is entirely par for the course now that I think about it. Okay, this over here, these pucks are really, really powerful. And I don't want to lose them. I really want to have these for the boss fight that's coming up. They make the boss fight a joke. That was another tax sighting. Same with how weight works. You can become light up to a certain point, but you can be as heavy as you can. Yeah. Oh, you guys still working on your trophy in the other game? Hope you can get it done soon. Yeah, that one's like high explosive, but it locks on. Yeah, I really don't want to lose those pucks going into the next area because they make the boss fight a joke. Though I've always wanted to try something with this upcoming boss fight. Like, there is a way to skip it with a glitch in, like, certain versions of the game. I've always wanted to try it. I've never really tried it, but I'm sure that... I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to make it, to do it. Obviously, there is a way to do it because other people do, but regardless... Okay, so the gold coin is somewhere here. So, there it is. Gold coin. Okay. We're on to the final area. Don't do anything stupid here. There's ice underneath the bridge. I'm surprised it would be that cold. Checkpoint. Because if you die, even if you go back to the checkpoint, you lose any special pucks that you had, I believe. At least I think you do. Alright. Next level has, like I said, a big boss fight. Especially since there's people that have exceeded 600 or 700 pounds. There are people that have gotten closer to 1,000 pounds. Like, 600 Pound Life is still probably one of my favorite TLC shows. Because it's so insane. It makes me feel better about myself being at 250 or a little bit under 250. Oh, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't be breaking these because there's a chance I would get a puck that isn't this one. And I don't want to accidentally get a different puck going into that boss fight. I'd rather just take the hits. And make sure I can do the boss fight in the easiest way possible. Because he's one of the more annoying bosses in the game. I would argue he might be actually the most annoying boss if you don't know about how to use this one type of puck. Surprised there's a human being that's lean at 400. I don't think there is, but I mean, like, college and NFL football players can be pretty big. Like, they can be over 300 pounds and still be super healthy. We used to have our fridge package at Clemson. There were, like, 4 guys on the offensive line that altogether probably weighed, like, 1,100 pounds, but they were all huge and super healthy. All right. This is our next boss fight, and I would argue in some ways the hardest boss in the game if you don't know what you're doing. Although the final boss is still actually relatively tricky in this game, especially if you don't know the secret to beat him. Because there's kind of a secret, it's not really even a secret, it's just a certain item you can find in the level that makes the boss fight really easy, the final part of it. Don't get hit by his laser, or else he will shut down. Or, excuse me, not shut down. He'll get another attack wave. So then, you just need to hit him once when his green spot's available with that particular puck, and you immediately knock it out. Super easy. Super easy once you know what to do. Pretty awesome music here as we get closer to Mondo Mountain, or the actual robot facility within Mondo Mountain. But yeah, there's a way to skip this. Like, if you make a certain jump at a certain angle, you can skip the boss fight, which is really weird. 300 pounds is possible if you're like 6'3 or 6'4. And yeah, those guys were definitely like 6'3, 6'4-ish, so they were big, big guys playing football. Alright, we enter the second half of the level with that rocky little transition there. We get a microwave gas station bean burrito. And now I have to figure out where the 4 gold coins are on this level, because I specifically remember this level being kind of weird when it comes to the coins and just the layout of it. Oh, it missed. Well, it doesn't matter now if we get a different kind of puck, so I'm going to hold on to these for now, though, because I'd rather have them. Spawners first. Oh, well, never mind. The rifle pucks. I wanted to do his grenade launcher attack because they very rarely do it. And it's kind of a really mean attack when they actually get to use it, but they just don't ever use it. Or they very rarely use it. Okay, there's our first gold coin. Perfect. Get some good metal music going. Do 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 do. Can't remember if there's a gold coin on one of those ledges up there. There might actually be, so. I know that there's at least 1, if not 2, on the upper areas, so I know where at least 1 or 2 of them are. This next level is probably the worst one in the game for the gold coins, or the second worst one. Okay, so that's just an alternate path that lets you skip a bunch of enemies, and it gets you the springy pucks, which I really don't like. Those are one of the lesser useful types. Ooh, some nice, good pucks again. Oh, I see one of them. There's one over between the towers here. Cooling towers. Soda, we'll take that. Grab the gold coin. Saw this one dude that was 6'4" at 302 pounds, not even joking, you'd think he was like 50 pounds lighter. You don't hear any music? You're not hearing any game audio? Okay. That's weird. I would have thought someone would have pointed that out by now, though. Still watch 600 Pound Life. Oh, yeah, I love 600 Pound Life. I actually kind of wish you guys had told me, because that's got me worried now, because that's not a thing that should be happening. I don't know why it's deciding to do this right now and be so problematic today. It's like input audio's fine. Huh. Emulator's not... Okay, yeah, then it's probably the emulator, so let's see here. Let's see if I can fix this. Okay, that's what doesn't make sense with this. I've got the output going into my headset, but it's like... It's like it won't go to my... Because I can set it for my headset, my earphones. Or it can go through the Yeti? That can't be right. Yeah, that's definitely not right. That is definitely not right. What about this one? Okay, so you guys will be able to hear the audio now, but I can't hear it is the problem. And I've never had this issue before. It's like it won't... It's like it won't connect to OBS to be able to listen out of OBS. Go with default. Yeah, then you guys can hear it, but for some reason, I can't hear it anymore, which is what makes no sense here. That's what I'm trying to figure out with this. It's like... That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. That makes no sense whatsoever. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Because why would I not be able to hear it, but you guys can? Because that's never... Again, that's never been an issue before. Like, in the past, I've always had the settings the same, and I would still hear everything just fine. Yeah, why the heck would it do that? If anyone has any ideas for that, that does not make any sense whatsoever, and it's never been an issue before, so... Because if I switch to that, then you guys can't hear it, but I can hear it. Which makes no sense, because... Again, this has never been a problem before. In the past, I've always been able to hear it. And you guys have been able to hear it. Like, why would it choose now to stop working out of nowhere? It's like, give me a couple of good months of actually working, and then you're just like, oh no, fuck you, we're not going to work anymore? That seems to be what we're going with here. Or let's restore defaults. No, actually, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, because that loads it up for you guys to where you guys can hear it, but I can't for some reason. And I'm not muted. My thing's not muted, so it's not that. And it's not my audio port, because clearly my audio port works sometimes. Or works normally, so... Yeah, why the hell would it do this? I've never heard of this being a problem for anyone else. So of course it's a problem for me, because why wouldn't it be? Gotta be a problem for me. Gotta be a problem for me. Never for anyone else, only for me. Because this like literally has never happened to anyone else, because I've never heard of it happening. Apparently there's someone skinny at almost 500 pounds. The guy was like 8'11". Holy cow. That's insane. Yeah, that's gotta be like the tallest person ever. Watch an episode of these two brothers, forgot their names, but the younger one is projecting everything on his older brother like he isn't doing any better than him. It's constantly like, David this, David that. Okay, yeah, this is absolutely, like, completely illogical, and I have no idea why it's doing this. Because I've literally never heard of this happening to any other person. It's like, basically what's happening is, I can switch the audio to... die, robot. I can switch it to where it's outputting through my headset, but if I do that, it stops outputting for you guys. And if I switch it the other way around, it's the same exact problem, but the other way... That was close. Oh, that was close. So I have no idea what's going on with that and why it's... I'm going to have to troubleshoot that, because that is not acceptable. That's not something that should be happening. And again, there's no solution for it anywhere, because it's never happened to anyone else.
Sweet, sweet moolah.
Love how even when I actually get a good computer and stuff, technology still screws me over.
Oh,
Didn't get the final inch to be 9 feet tall. Oh, man. Because, yeah, that definitely would have been the tallest. Robert Wadlow. I think I have heard that before, so... Okay, I was not ready for that jump. That's gonna hurt. Oh, it didn't. Okay. We got lucky there. Haven't finished the episode yet. You have to jump at this one at the right time. That was not the right time. There we go. We made it. Okay, can you guys at least hear the audio now?
There's my way in. I'll just have to give it a push.
At least tell me you guys can hear it now, because if not, then I don't know what the hell we're supposed to do. I'm looking at a few other settings here. Okay, can't hear audio while recording in OBS. Oh, wait, you guys will be able to hear it, but I won't be able to, so that doesn't help. Okay, I did all of that. Let me try... Advanced audio... Let me try this. Nope, still can't hear anything.
Hello?
That didn't help at all.
Let's put the pedal to the metal.
There's no difference between monitoring and not monitoring, so there's literally no point of that. Oh, now it's echoing. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to turn that setting off. I got that setting off, so hopefully that doesn't keep happening. That change it? No, that stops the audio from the game working. This is the weirdest issue I have ever seen in my life. If we go through speakers, what does that do? No, that's not it. We'll go back to default then, because that was at least allowing you guys to be able to hear it. Okay, yeah, because at least now you guys can hear the audio, but I still can't for some reason, which just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to me. Again, I've never seen any other person anywhere on the internet have this issue, so since technology just absolutely hates me no matter what I do.
2 legs, 2 arms, head. Check.
I just don't get it. I just really don't get it. It's not my headphones, because again, I can hear the audio if I change the settings around, but then you guys can't hear it, so it should be splitting to where I should be able to hear it, and you guys should be able to hear it, because it's never been a problem before. Any other time that I've streamed on an emulator, it's worked fine, so I had no idea why it decided to stop working. I don't know if OBS didn't update or what. It's just really, really annoying that I cannot have any luck with technology. Like, no matter what I do, no matter what I upgrade to, it just doesn't work right.
Sweet, sweet moolah.
At least you guys can hear, so I think there's a gold coin here somewhere. Oh! Yep! Oh, I broke the game a little bit there. Yeah, there's several gold coins in this level that I really don't want to go back for because they're actually very annoying to get. And I know for a fact it's not muted. I double-checked that earlier on because I knew that that could be an issue. It's not muted. It's just something's wrong with the emulator, with the OBS or something. Alright, that gold coin's actually not that hard to get. But I think I still missed one on the left path, so this is sort of serving as a bit of a practice run for what this game eventually gets achievements someday. And I missed that one. Wonderful. I'm gonna have to rerun the other side of this level and see if I can at least get a few more of the coins. Alright, you know what? Maybe ChatGPT can give me an answer. It tends to be good at things. What's this thing called? PCSX2. All right, ChatGPT. Okay, so it says go in here. Audio output device is set to system's default. Okay, it is. Then it says to use OBS audio monitoring. So for that, add your desktop audio device, the one you normally hear things through, which is already a thing that's going on, so... But then I do that, and then you guys can't hear it. Actually, now I can't hear it either, so that didn't work. If I go through speakers, what does that do? Nope, nothing. And that should normally be default, so... Monitoring device, headphones. I don't know what that does. Oh, nope, you guys can hear it again, but I can't, so this doesn't help at all. In the audio mixer inside OBS, click the gear next to... What is it even talking about? That's not in here. That is not even an option in here. The gear next to the PCSX2 audio source. That's literally not... That's not a thing. Nope, that's not it. Filters? No. Okay, switch it back to that. Right-click the speaker icon, sound settings, whatever that's talking about. Okay, you can load up anytime now, computer. So we click on that. Is that it? Okay, it's working now. I don't know why that chose not to work. I legitimately don't even know what that was. Like, what the hell? Technology just really hates me, is what I'm realizing. It's like, that's a fix that should have never had to be made. There was somehow it defaulted to some other setting that I've never used before in my audio output. It just randomly chose to default to something else. I don't know if it was a Windows update or what. So I don't know what the hell it decided to do that for. But it's working now, thankfully, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I just really wish it hadn't have broken during the other part of the stream, because we had a lot of viewers in here, so I actually kind of wish you guys had told me that you couldn't hear it. We actually had a lot of viewers in here. But hey, it's fine. We got it fixed now. And I missed the gold coin. Wonderful. So there's one there that we missed. There's one on the other side that I missed. At least it's working now, thank God. I'll just have to say in the video that the audio corrupted. Whenever I make the video for LEGO Indiana Jones, I'll just have to say the audio corrupted. Because it basically did. And it basically did, so... Yep, I don't know why technology hates me so much. It makes no sense. And I missed that one too. Great. Yeah, this is probably one of the hardest levels in the game for all the gold coins, so... Like, why is it that the internet doesn't help, but ChatGPT can figure out the problem that easily?
Pedal to the metal.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I think that there are some serious issues with AI. Don't get me wrong on that, but, like, it seems to figure out these issues pretty quickly compared to a lot of other stuff. So I gotta at least give them credit on that. They tend to figure this stuff out a little bit faster. At least we got it working now. Or, you guys, please let me know if it is finally freaking working. Xbox consoles are getting another price increase. Well, that means PlayStation probably won't be far behind. Ooh, probably got... Holy crap, I might actually die on this level. I don't think I've ever actually died... What? I don't think I've ever actually died on this level. Yeah, I won't be surprised if PlayStation does the same, because I feel like that's usually how it goes. Yeah, I heard Sony's doing the same a while back. I don't know if that is currently still a plan. Okay, I definitely didn't miss that one, so I don't know why it's saying that I missed it, because I definitely didn't. Well, he just T-posed his way to death. That's actually not that bad, because that gives me another chance at the gold coins. Stocks for Sony are pretty cheap right now. Should get some before the PS6 launches. Oh, for sure. I'm so bad at it that it actually stopped playing the music and had to restart it. That's funny. But can you guys at least hear the audio from both me and the game now? Because if so, we've got it fixed. And I just really hope that doesn't happen again, because that was really, really annoying. And again, it's not a thing that should happen. Like, I don't don't know why the computer would change my settings just from an update.
Smoking.
'Cause I didn't consent for it to change.
Too easy.
Got it! Another gold coin, let's go! Should buy some stocks for GTA 6. Yeah, definitely, before it comes out. Especially, though, I would almost say maybe wait and see if it gets delayed. Because if it gets delayed, stocks will probably go down a little bit in value. So buy after they go down in value from that, maybe? I'm not any sort of expert on stock trading because I know nothing about it for the most part, but I would think that it would go down in value if they announced a delay of the game, or any sort of layoff or anything like that between now and when the game releases. I definitely should have had that one, but it's okay. So we've got 4 out of the 6 now, so only 2 more to go. I think most people playing it will either be playing it on PlayStation or potentially on PC once it's out on there. Okay, at least we've got this crap actually working now, so I do apologize for any newer viewers that were in here and couldn't hear the audio, because the computer stuff really just doesn't like me, I've realized, over the last few years. So, yeah, it's very clear that computer stuff hates me. Technology does not like me for some reason. And that's why one of my favorite guns I own is literally a Soviet SKS. Actually, it's a Chinese version of the Soviet SKS.
Let's put the pedal to the metal.
Because when I bought that gun, it had been in storage for like 70 years or something in Cosmoline, which is a thing that they use to like preserve it.
Too easy.
This time we gotta go down the left path, I believe. Or no, the right path. It's the right path. You can hear? Okay, thank God it's actually fixed.
Hope no one saw that.
I'm still really pissed, though, that it chose not to work on a big stream where I was actually getting a good viewership. Because that's, like, YouTube used to always cuck me whenever I was having, like, a really good big stream. It would always break and stop working. And then I have technology that just decides, oh, hey, we're not going to work today when you have a good stream going. I mean, thank God it actually worked throughout LEGO Star Wars, because that actually was a really good streaming series, so at least it chose to work there. Alright, so let's get the rock power mode active, and there's a gold coin here. Oh, that's bad. What was I supposed to do about that? Like, seriously, what was I supposed to do about that? And I can't go back up. Wonderful. Well, there is one more gold coin I can go for here. Like I said, this is sort of practice for whenever this game eventually gets an achievement list, because I'm sure it will someday, because all these other Nickelodeon games, most of them have at least one version. The hoverboard is so janky, but it's really fun to use. Especially when you get to the one, like, open skate arena where you can use the hoverboard. Should get some stocks for Intel. Heard the government's going to be using it a lot. I feel like if that deal's already finalized, the stocks have probably already gone up. Yeah, if they've already finalized the deal, it's probably gone up. Got it! That's 5. Only one more to go. I actually might be able to get every single gold coin on this playthrough. Yeah, I feel like they would have already gone up, though, if they already made that deal. I know they made some kind of deal with TikTok, I think, so you guys that use TikTok should have it back at some point in the near future. Yeah, it's just like always in the past, YouTube has always just screwed me over whenever I had good streams going, and now it's just my emulator decided, or my computer just decided to change my settings. So I will say, though, when it comes to future streams, obviously I've got my next Retro Achievements game that I want to play. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Actually, yeah, do that. I did that on purpose because I want to have rocket power mode active going into one of the later jumps. But some things I want to stream I think in November and early December, I'll probably stream a little bit of Fallout stuff. Like a lot more Fallout than I normally would, just simply because we've got Fallout Season 2 coming out in December. I'm also going to start working on the research for like 3 different lore videos and start getting them prepared to release pretty much all like back to back to back over the course of a couple of weeks when the next season comes out.
Too easy.
That's a chance for me to get a lot of growth on the channel if I do it correctly. Got it! All gold coins, thank God. Alright, we are good to move on through. Stocks are still under 30 bucks. Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be worth picking up a few then. But yeah, I definitely want to stream some Fallout around then, and that is actually going to include my first ever playthrough of the original Fallout. If only LEGO had stocks. I don't know, LEGO stock would probably be in the toilet right about now after how badly they botched up the latest LEGO Star Wars group. Especially with the Death Star not really getting the best reviews from the early reviewers. And that includes people, you know, that get it for free. $1,000 LEGO set for free. Aren't always reviewing it that well, so yeah.
About time. What took you so long?
Chill out, Reg. I was busy shredding up some pipes. Anyway, I'm here now.
Yeah, I definitely want to stream some Fallout when we get close to Season 2's release. I got those videos to start working on. I know the next 3 states I'm going to look at, or at least 2 of them. So yeah, I know at least 2 of the ones that I want to look at. The third one, I haven't fully... I kind of forgot about this area. I haven't decided on exactly what I want to do for the third one yet. There's something else I need to check first. Okay, so I think this is where you get back up here. Because, like, 2 of the states I know I'm going to do lore videos for... Oh, heck yeah, there's a gold coin.
For me?
2 of the states I'm going to do lore for are 2 of the biggest states that have very little knowledge within the Fallout universe. Those being Florida, of course, is the next state I'm going to do. And then New York. So, sweet, we'll find out if you survive or not. Yeah, Florida and New York are the next 2 states I'm going to do, and then after that, I haven't decided what the 3rd state after that is that I'm going to do. And I have a few different ideas that I want to put out around the same time, like, there's Minnesota, because that's like where Ghost lives. He's a close friend, of course, in gaming. And I think, honestly, Minnesota would probably fare pretty well overall, because I don't think they're big on, like, nuclear silos or anything the way the Dakotas are, but then you got the radioactive fallout coming from the Dakotas, so we'd have to see about that. And also, of course, it's absolutely horrifically cold there, so... Okay, so these traps are trapdoors, and... Okay, so that just dropped me off there. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Yeah, we will find out for sure. So yeah, New York and Florida are the next 2 that I want to do for sure. But then it's a tough decision between Minnesota, Michigan for Midden Squad, because he did a video of it a long, long time ago on like his 2nd channel. It'd be a good way to honor him after, I guess it's now been, what, 2 or 3 years? I think it'll be 3 years at this point. It'll either be 2 or 3 years since he passed.
That hit the spot.
Be a good way to honor him by looking at Michigan, doing it more in depth than what he did. And the 3rd option is Texas. Now, the reason I'm more skeptical about doing Texas is because technically Brotherhood of Steel, I think, takes place in Texas. But at the same time, it's also Brotherhood of Steel. And it's very questionable if that game is technically canon or not. Like, there's a lot of questions about that. Like, there's a lot of debating that. Okay, you can't kill the service bot, unfortunately. He will always activate the gong in here because it's to introduce a new enemy type. The ninja robots. These guys are really annoying. They're actually quite dangerous. And they take a lot of hits to kill. And these guys take quite a few hits to kill, and they can actually do some damage to you if you're not careful.
Back to normal. Oh, Mr. Robot.
Okay, we got rid of both of them, thankfully, so that's going to spawn a ladder somewhere, yep. You start buying Apple stocks whenever a new phone comes out. Saw how terrible the iPhone 17 looks. I haven't paid any attention to that. I don't even know what iPhone I even have anymore. Like, I've completely lost track of them. But I can check it on here, so let's see what iPhone I actually have. I want to say maybe a 16? Yeah, it's a 16. Which is what I kind of thought, because I actually upgraded for the first time in several years. In the past, like, 6 months, so... Yeah, Texas is the other state that I'm considering for it, but at the same time, like, I'm not entirely sure because technically it's explored in Brotherhood of Steel, but Brotherhood of Steel is very questionable as to whether or not it's canon. I mean, I had the 4 for so long, and I mean, the 4 worked perfectly fine for a ton of years.
For me?
Because that was my first smartphone, and it worked perfectly fine for many, many years. Never saw any reason to, like, need to replace it, 'cause it's just a waste of money at that point. If it still works fine, you don't need to replace it. But that was back when they actually built more quality products that actually worked for longer. Nowadays, they don't last that long. Okay, we're gonna avoid most of the ninja robots because they're just kind of more annoying. Oh, that's not good.
Another one bites the puck.
You got the 14. I didn't have the 14. I want to say the previous one I had might have been the 13. Maybe even the 12, actually. It was either the 12 or the 13. Ninja bot. I think this room just gives you a view of the upcoming room and a gold coin, so not super helpful. See, I don't see any point of upgrading your phone when yours is still in really good working condition. Now, once yours, like, starts to really break down or it's been too long, totally fair. Because, I mean, that's what I had to do for, like, the 4 back in all those years ago. Don't think you'll be upgrading in the next 5 years. I don't plan to either, unless they just do what they've done before and completely nuke the performance of the current one after enough years, because I'm pretty sure they do that. Like, I'm pretty sure they actually nuke the performance of old iPhones after a few years, just to force you into buying the new ones. That's why they change the charger design every few years. That's just a conspiracy theory, but it's a very logical one because it's Apple. So where does this go? This whole level is just like a giant maze. Now, where does this go? Okay. This room has no gold coins in it, so... Lots and lots of pathways in here to go through. This place is just, like, such a weird design. Like, how did Gollum ever expect people to navigate this place? I also... Oh! Rapid fire pucks! You don't usually get those for free. You might end up missing a gold coin here because... you might not have taken the exact correct paths. To be fair, you can get an older model for a cheaper price, and that is true. That is true. Don't even care about the newer phones. I don't care too much about them, but I'll eventually upgrade, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I watched pretty much all of Charlie Kirk's funeral today, so that was pretty amazing. That was really something. I don't really think the left understands just how screwed they are at this point. Apple's been terrible, especially when they released the Apple Vision Pro. I don't even know exactly what that is. But yeah, I watched the funeral, so like I really don't think the left understands just how fucked they are right now. There are a lot of changes going on in this country. I don't think they realize just how bad it's going to get for them. This 2028 is going to be a bloodbath. It's not even going to be competitive. They don't have anyone they can run that's going to put up any sort of competition to advance. Especially if he puts Erica Kirk in now as his vice president, because she did so well today.
All those secondary fans. Use your cursor to rotate the circuits around.
Yeah, Erica Kirk, she did absolutely incredible today. If he puts her as the vice president, like, he's literally going to win 400 electoral votes. It's that he was that good, or they are that good, for that matter. So yeah, I really don't think the left actually understands just how fucked they are right now. Oh, hang on. Wait. There it goes. Easy puzzle once you figure out what to do. Heard some of it during your lunch break. Yeah, I was watching it pretty much all day. Where people are saying no tax on overtime is a myth. No, what's happening is the change in it is that if you have like forced gratuity, or not necessarily forced gratuity, but like required gratuity that's like automatically added onto your check. Like, say you go to a restaurant and has like an automatic 18% gratuity or whatever it is at any given point. That won't be, or that will be taxed. But if you're just getting a tip like any normal place would give you a tip, you're fine. Like, as long as there's not automatic gratuity on things, you're fine. It's not going to change anything. So it's only for that particular subset, which is not really that many people. Okay, so that's where we were before, and there's nothing up there, just a hamburger that we don't need. So yeah, that's what it's going to end up being. That's the main difference that it is.
Revenge is sweet.
And then they're ending the H-1B visas, which is, or at least just making them super unaffordable, which is amazing. I can't freaking wait for that. I'm so ready to stop having to push one for English. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great if that's actually true. They're actually going to end them, or just make it so unaffordable. That's going to be amazing. Okay, so this room is literally just like here for no reason. Alright, we've got 3 of the 5 gold coins. I don't know where... I think I know where one of them is. I don't know where both of them are. So if we miss one here, oh well. That's where we came in from. So yeah, we might end up missing one here. That's fine. Again, it's not like we're going for achievements here or anything, but I'm just sort of preparing for the future when this game does eventually get them. And just, it's been so long since I've 100%ed this game. Many, many years, so... Being taxed on it when you filed your taxes. I don't know then. Because, I mean, I don't work in a field that allows tipping, so it doesn't affect me either way. Okay, I missed 2 gold coins. God, where the hell could they have hidden 2 other gold coins in here? Like, that is such a confusingly designed level. Well, we missed 2 there, so it is what it is. But yeah, that was one heck of a memorial service.
Whoa, this is totally gnarly. This must have cost some
Yeah, tipping is not the
serious
same as
dinero.
overtime, that's for sure.
Hey, I'm impressed.
Can we go home now?
Come on,
Like,
guys.
tipping doesn't affect me in my
Last one to the
profession,
job.
and we are not allowed to get overtime, which at least in one way is positive because it means that I will never be forced to work over 40 hours a week, and they will actively try to stop me from working 40 hours a week, or more than 40 hours a week, excuse me, because they do not want to pay overtime, so that is at least somewhat advantageous. So, funny story about this level. One time when I was younger, I managed to, like, fall down here onto these lower ledges, but had, like, 1 HP left. Somehow it didn't kill me, and was able to, like, explore those lower areas. Which was super, super weird, because that's gotta be a glitch. That's not supposed to be something that happens. Yeah, it was a really, really good memorial service, and like I said, like, if Vance decides, like, I could see him picking Rubio. I think Rubio would be a good pick, but at the same time, if he picks Erica Kirk, I legitimately think they could win 400 electoral votes, because she has literally no baggage possible to her. Vance barely has any either. She literally was able to go up on a stage in front of tens of millions of people. Oops. Well, Sam's body will never be recovered. In front of tens of millions of people and say that she forgives the person that killed her husband. I mean, that is not something I ever thought I would see in my life. See something like that, so he runs with her. They're winning 400 electoral votes. Dems are done, regardless. Killing Charlie Kirk completely backfired on him. Especially because we showed that, unlike our counterparts on the left, we don't riot, we don't loot, we don't burn cities down, we don't murder people and police officers. Or assault them or any of that. Nope. Held candlelight vigils and prayers and all that kind of stuff. And now the young male vote is like switched like plus 50 to the right in 4 years. And it's going to go even further with Kurt dying, so... And he was the moderate position. That's the thing people need to remember, is he was the moderate position. They're not going to like what comes next. I mean, I'm on the very, like, tail end of millennial to early Gen Z, like I'm kind of between the two. They do not really understand what they have unleashed. And it's gonna be pretty fun. For us, at least. It's gonna be pretty fun for everyone in here. Left is gonna be spending many years crying now, which is totally fine. Wouldn't mind working 50 hours and getting like 10 hours. I wouldn't be against it if I was allowed to get the overtime, and I mean, if we got super, super busy, like if we got super, super busy, I probably could get overtime and they would accept it because the company would be making way more money than they'd be paying me. Because I'm not supposed to be seeing these, but I do have, like, I do manage to see how much we get paid for certain trials for visits and stuff. I'm not supposed to be able to see it, but for some reason I'm included on the emails. I know how much they're getting paid, so... A couple hours of overtime is a literal drop in the ocean. And some people said Dean Withers might be coming. Really? I find that very unlikely. I think the only Democrat that's becoming a Republican anytime soon is Fetterman, because he's literally the only one left in their party that actually has functioning brain cells, which is ironic, given he's the one with the stroke. I really don't think anyone... I could see him, but I don't see any of the others. Fetterman, yes, but I don't see any of the others. And it's crazy to think that the one with severe brain damage from a stroke is the only one that's actually logical anymore. It says something. And it's pretty funny, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, that actually is hilarious, but...
Revenge is sweet.
And we're still missing 3 coins, and Is this the level that has the tanks in it? Yeah, because this is one of the longest levels in the game, so... Yeah, I can see Fetterman, but I don't see anyone else switching currently. Well, I guess we will see.
Revenge is sweet.
Yeah, that assassination, that... Again, I've never seen the right as pissed off as they are currently after Kirk got killed. I've never seen anything like it. I'm older than most of you guys are, so... I've never seen anything like it. My parents have really never seen anything like it either. Even back in the Reagan era. Yeah, mostly it's the men voters that have switched over that so heavily. But honestly, like, after you hear, if you listen to Erica Kirk's speech today, she's gonna do for the females what people like Kirk did for the males. It's gonna switch a lot of people over. And we're already seeing the effects because in Pennsylvania with the, like, Supreme Court elections or whatever they have, there's way higher Republican turnout than normal. I don't know if it's gonna switch it, but it's at least promising. And more importantly, the Republican is favored for New Jersey's governor election. New Jersey. Republicans favored now. Virginia, Republicans have extremely early turned out for Winsome Sears, who was not that great of a candidate, I will say that, because she really didn't run a very good campaign. But ever since that happened, the red areas are turning out like crazy for her. So it's entirely possible that both off-year elections end up being Republican. And if that happens, then that is a literal death blow to the Democrat Party to lose 2 off-year elections like that. Elections that were both supposed to be safe blue. And even if they're both, like, within, like, 1 point, even if the Republicans lose both of them, if they're that close, it's pretty much the same message. It's very bad for them when you have a high turnout election with... or an actual election where a lot of people turn out for it. Okay, 2 gold coins down here.
Ka-ching!
So yeah, it's looking very bright for the future. I'm looking forward to the crying for the next 50 years from the left. I am very ready to see it. Ever since they told me I deserved to die for not taking the COVID shot, I have no sympathy for them. Because yes, I've been told that before a number of times. Arthur Matter more angry than ever. Yeah, because he was an innocent person. He was a law-abiding citizen. All he ever wanted to do was reach out and talk to the other side and debate them. That's all he ever wanted to do. And you shoot him for it. That didn't go well over a lot of people. Because it's like, oh, we want to turn down the temperature, we want to be moderate about this. It's like, you just killed the one person that was trying to do that. You're not going to like what comes next. Because with Kirk gone, it's now, you know, your Candace Owens, your Tucker Carlson's, Nick Fuentes, or whatever the fuck his name is. It's going to be shifting pretty far to the right. What the hell?
Ooh, that I didn't need.
I have never seen that happen before. He got crushed by a door. I've beaten this game over 20 times over the years, and I have never once seen that happen. Okay. Is that exclusive to the PS2 version? Because I only read the GameCube version? What the fuck was that? I've played this game 20 plus times to 100, not quite 100%, but just beaten this thing like 20 plus times. I've never seen that happen before. I have legitimately never seen that happen. You know, I actually like it when that happens, when it's like, you play a game this many times and you still see new things happen. It's the same with, like, Fallout games. But good lord, what the heck was that? Again, this is a 4-hour-long game, or 5-hour-long game. I shouldn't still be seeing new things like that 20 years later, 20-plus playthroughs in. But I did, because it happened. I don't even have words to explain that, because I'm so confused right now. Oh, I love games. I love most games. Not all, but most. Well, that was easily the most fun moment of this part of the... That's not high enough, is it? Nope. Like some of the Red Pill influencers gonna become a speaker. Oh, yeah, they are, for sure. Because, I mean, Joe Rogan endorsed Trump at the last second, which absolutely made a difference. And you got a lot more people switching recently just because of all the comments on Charlie Kirk, so... Woke a lot of people up, and it's gonna... I said, I suspect that 2028 is gonna be a fairly easy win for Vance and whoever he picks as his vice president. And like, as other people have said, please, and I mean please, let it be AOC and Jasmine Crockett on the Dem ticket. Please let it be that. That would be the funniest thing on the planet if that happened. That loss would be just... That would be a Reagan landslide. Or a Nixon landslide. It'd be so freaking funny. Can you imagine AOC trying to debate Vance? Oh my god, it would be so ugly. Hell, put Kamala up there to debate him. It would be hilarious. I would laugh my ass off either way. Yeah, there's serious talk of like AOC with Jasmine Crockett. Or Kamala and Petey Buttplug. And either one, like, imagine any of them trying to debate Vance. It would be such a slaughter. Like, it would almost be like illegal level of slaughter. Ow. That'd be near illegal levels of slaughter. And we died. Wonderful.
Well, gotta be tough to be a goalie.
Yeah, she's about the biggest victim, but... Like, she has influence among progressives, and she's not exactly unattractive, so that does give her some advantages over some of them. Gives her advantages over someone like, Kamala. Of course, we've got Bobart and Anna Paulina Luna, so soon Valentina Gomez probably, so... Can we stop sucking at this? I swear I've never struggled this much with this.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, we're back up to here. Regarding the map trophies in Borderlands 3, discovering all areas, isn't it? You have to discover, like, every area within the fog on, like, each map, pretty much, if that makes any sense. And there's a lot of areas that you have to discover. And a few of them are, like, really, really well hidden. Like, very, very small, very little area to explore. So it is a bit of a time. It is a bit of a grind, I guess you could say. So yeah, there's a lot of places you have to find on that map. Okay, so we can't go that way yet because we don't have the items we need, so we're gonna go this way. Oh, that would be even funnier. Nah, I don't think they're quite that lost yet. Then again, you guys are about to elect a socialist in New York City, so never underestimate that party's stupidity. Yeah, y'all are about to elect a socialist in New York City, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay. Next level. So this one, we come across an enemy that we've seen once before. Not the security box. Infinite pucks is completely useless because we don't have any special pucks. It's a tank. Which all you have to do is punch it with a few hockey pucks and it'll die eventually, which is kind of funny that it's that fragile. You just gotta hit it like 20 or 30 times. And it's dead. Already gone. Easy enough. Just,
Revenge is snuffing up for your collection.
little bit tricky if you're not careful. I think you can get crushed by the head of this thing if you're really unlucky, which I'm honestly surprised didn't happen here. Given my luck with getting crushed by a fucking door earlier, that's never happened before. So yeah, that side is stupid enough to put Ma'am Dammy into office. A known communist, so we shall see. The only positive to that is that it's going to destroy New York City to the point at which
Bonus.
New York as a state probably votes red in 2028. That's the only positive we can see out of it. Alright, so there's 3 gold coins here. They're all pretty easy to get when I don't touch electric floors. This is another one of those areas where there's like a lot of extra exploration you can do if you want to try to find other pucks and food items. And it's like an actual straight up armory if you look at it. Like there's legitimate like guns on the walls and stuff. We're actually pretty close to the end of the game, by the way. After this level, there's the monorail level. And after the monorail level, it's just the earthquake machine and then the final battle. But then there's also 4 vehicle levels after that, so technically there's a little bit more, but we're nearly at the end of the game. So we're definitely getting done tonight, for sure. Even if it takes 4 hours, we're getting done. That part's definitely going to take a while. Yeah, it is a... There are a few locations that are so tiny and off the main path that they're awful to find. So yeah, it is a rather time-consuming process to find every location.
Exterminate!
Can't go that way. So when I was a kid, I know that me and my dad, like when we were playing this game, struggled with this area. It is a bit of a tricky layout. Just there's so many enemies and so many spawners everywhere, and just a lot of electric floors and stuff breaking up pathways. Okay, so this button... Oh, that's not what we want. That's Dojo. That is not what we want to see. Yeah, there's extra, like, spare rooms like that around here as well, which is crazy. But this is the room we want.
Move it, you sorry
And there's a random drill sergeant robot teaching like an entire giant-ass platoon of little soldier bots. So we know that Gollum is still... I don't know where his robots are coming from now because we destroyed the Wishing Waters robot factory, so I don't know where his robots are coming from at this point. I guess he just had like a giant stockpile of them, just like waiting in case he ever needed them. And that's what he's using right now. And like that down there kind of shows that because he had an entire army of the soldier bots. So now we just have to get out of here. So yeah, next up is the monorail. And after the monorail, we have... the earthquake machine, which is like a 3-minute long level. That's a super short level. And then we have the final boss fight. And then the final 4 vehicle levels. Which again, that'll make sense when we actually get there. Yeah, the next game we're going to be playing on this channel, I'm actually really excited for because it's one that I've never 100%ed before. But I know that it's not a particularly easy Retro Achievements completion, just purely because of the amount of collectibles. And how obscure some of them are, and how some of the platforming is super janky. But I'm super excited for it. Can't wait for that one. We're going to be playing that one probably once I get back from Japan. You do live in a town that's mostly pro-Trump. They're mostly Republican Italians. That's good, then. So hopefully you guys vote against the dude. But you got such overwhelming numbers in the Bronx and pretty much everywhere but Staten Island. So heavily blue, so hopefully you guys can beat him, but ultimately, if you don't, it's going to be beneficial to us in the long run because it's going to, for as awful as it is that it'll destroy New York, it might very well give us New York in 2028, which would literally make no possible chance for the left to win ever again. Finally found the disc you were looking for, or DLC you were looking for. That's good. You having some problems with the autocorrect there, Cassie? Alright, the monorail level. Yeah, so this level... I don't remember the exact path you're supposed to take to get the gold coins, so...
This make sure you know.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make multiple laps to get the gold coins anyway, which is fine. So yeah, this is a weird level. Ah, Gollum Jr. seems to be experimenting on the robots and seems to have quite a few pictures up of himself. For some reason. As well as older Gollum is a king for some reason. Alright, so we might as well go ahead and go, like, take the same direction on every single area on this one. So left here, actually it's opposite each time, so left here, that'll get us our first gold coin. Then I think we're going to want to go to the right. And then back to the left, I think is how we get the gold coins. So we'll go to the right on the next one. Yep, that's correct. Okay. So go to the right on this one. Then we're going to go to the left on the next one. And that should get us all of the gold coins. And then we will be good to go on this level, so... There we go. Second gold coin, so we go to the left on the last one. Yep, this isn't dangerous in the slightest. Gollum really didn't do a very good job of designing this place, I gotta say that. This is pretty dangerous. Not gonna lie, this is a little on the danger side. Like, you're possibly gonna kill your employees here. I mean, it's corporate America, so they probably don't care if they kill their employees. In fact, they'll have their job posting up before their obituaries up, but regardless. Alright, we got all the gold coins. Let's go. So, this time we'll just go the opposite direction. Surprised how Florida still gets red when Miami's a... No, Miami's red now is the thing. Like, Miami's a red county now. It voted for Trump by like 7. It voted for DeSantis by over 10. The only parts left that are blue in that state are Tallahassee and Gadsden County up in the Panhandle, Jacksonville, kind of, and Gainesville with the University of Florida, and then like Broward County and Orlando, and that's really it. And like parts of West Palm. Okay, so that was lap number 1 complete, so now we do lap number 2 and we get our remaining photos. Easy enough level when you know what to do. Yeah, Miami's red now, though, because the Hispanic-Cuban vote especially has switched so far to the right. That's why we redrew Texas so heavily. So now Texas is going to have about 5 blue seats total. Probably in each of the 5 main cities. Hopefully Florida cuts out their blue seats. They should, because they have the opportunity to. South Carolina, we need to cut out our last blue seat. Need to move everything around. Make the last blue seat part of the upstate districts that are like red plus 40. Alright, so this time we're going to go to the left. Because Indiana's going to cut out one of their 2 blue districts. Missouri's going to cut out one of their 2 blue districts. Kansas and Nebraska might cut out their blue districts. Nevada might cut out one of its blue districts. North Carolina's already gerrymandered to all hell for Republicans, so it's not going to change. Okay, that looks bad. It looks like a giant laser pointed at Ocean Shores, so that's probably not a good thing. I hate the whole gerrymandering debate, though, because it's like, Democrats have been doing it for 50-plus years, and they're mad that we're now catching up to it and starting to do it ourselves. Like, yeah, North Carolina is gerrymandered to hell, but for the most part, it's blue states that are. North Carolina and Wisconsin are really the only ones that are drawn super heavily in favor of Republicans prior to recently with Texas.
Hey guys, come
because yeah, I'll admit North Carolina's certainly drawn unfairly for Republicans, and so is Wisconsin. But there are so many blue states that are drawn far, far worse than either of those. California, Illinois, Oregon, Washington, New Mexico, Nevada, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maryland, New Hampshire are all, New York, can't forget New York, New Jersey, are all drawn completely unfairly.
That's one big one.
Plus, we're going to gain a bunch of seats in the next census, so
the volcano somehow. Whoa!
It's going to be a fun next few decades, I think.
Stimulated to me, guys. It's an earthquake machine. Twister.
We've had a Reagan and Nixon landslide, which is all red, but yes, there have been Democrat landslides, and I can tell you what they were. 1964, Lyndon Johnson won.
We'll need to look for some way to sabotage
I don't remember,
the machine.
I think Alaska and Hawaii were states at the time, so I think he won 44 or 45 states. Now, he was a relatively conservative Democrat, and would probably be considered a Republican by modern-day standards, but he won something like 44 states. That was Lyndon Johnson, 1964. And then before him, it was FDR several times. In 32 and 36 especially. FDR got, like, almost every state except for, like, Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine. Basically won everything except for the far northeast, so there have been Democrat landslides. It's just been a very long time since we've had one. And I would say, technically, Obama in 2008 was technically a landslide because he won, like, 350 electoral votes, so that was technically a landslide, but not to the level of Reagan or Nixon. But those were landslides in terms of the amount, the margin of victory overall. But the last Reagan-esque landslide for Democrats would have been 64 with Johnson.
Whoops.
And of course, that was, unfortunately, right after... I think that was more because it was right after we lost one of the greatest presidents in the history of this country with JFK. So maybe that was part of it, because JFK was one of the top 5 presidents in the history of this country. As he was the only one that single-handedly prevented a nuclear war from happening. Except maybe Trump, but... Shooting range trophy was a pain, though. Oh, in Borderlands 3? Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that one sucked ass. I hated that one. It was way easier with multiple people, but yeah, that one sucks. I will agree with you on that one. Considering how Alabama's been red for a long... Well, here's the thing, though. The Deep South wasn't red until the 90s, is what a lot of people don't know. Deep South was not red until the 90s to early 2000s. Deep South was controlled entirely by the Democrat Party from the end of Reconstruction to about, like, the 1980s. Now, yes, it was a very different version of the Democrat Party at the time, but they controlled the Deep South for over a century. Because they stopped blacks from voting, who were predominantly Republican for most of history until about the 1970s. Yeah, those states have really only been solid red since, like, the Reagan landslides. Some of them. And even some of them have been competitive since then. Until, like, the early 2000s. Like, Mississippi was competitive until about 2000. Tennessee was competitive until 2004. West Virginia was a solidly blue state until 2000. Things have changed like crazy over the years. Like, there was a time where Vermont was the most Republican state in the country for over a century. Vermont.
I thought by now you would figure out.
It voted Republican in all but one election from the formation of the party to 1988.
My master's earthquake machine. But after I have squashed
130 years it voted Republican in all but one election.
Dream on,
And now it's one of the bluest states.
Once, we can do it again.
Deep South voted entirely Democrat for over a century, outside of a handful of elections. And now it's safely red. Things change. That's the good thing about the Electoral College, it allows different states to have different levels of power over time. Blue balls! Uh-oh. Red balls. Can you quit with the red balls? Can you quit shooting the balls at me so I can actually attack your targets here? Okay, so we're in the final actual boss fight. He is not being very nice here. He should have dropped his shield by now. He is not dropping those shields for some reason. Okay, I'm really that was weird. Like, he would not drop his shields at all there. Oh, those pucks are so slow they can't do any damage. Okay, so these are actually really bad for this because they're so damn slow. I didn't even think about that. So you have to keep shooting at his shield to make him disable it temporarily. And then you hit his pillar for a second. Okay. I've never been into this fight with the those yellow pucks before, so that's my fault for not ever having experience with that. Oh, getting some slowdown here. Blue ball of death. Okay, so you actually do have to damage the shield. I don't remember having to do that much in the GameCube version. Maybe you did have to, though, and I don't really remember. It's been so long since I played it. So basically here, this is a fairly long boss fight, and it's actually a fairly challenging one if you're not really prepared for it. Because you don't have a whole lot of health in this game. Like, you die pretty quickly in this game. If you're not prepared for it. So basically that whole cutscene just revealed that the big bad guy of the game, the Golem guy, is a robot. Because of course he is. And he's serving a different master that is not himself, so that's what the whole story is here. Now, up here, we're going to want to jump to this secret ledge here. This is a very, very well-hidden secret. And we're going to want to climb down this ladder, because we're going to get rapid-fire pucks. These are going to make the final boss fight itself, the final showdown, a joke. As long as nothing stupid happens, this is going to make the final actual battle a joke. We knock that out. And there is another one of these rapid fire pucks. I just don't remember where they actually are. Okay, first phase done. This keeps freezing up. Megamind. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks if it's broken. That's terrible. You shouldn't be getting a broken copy of a game. Now we're going to climb up this. And I only missed 2 gold coins, which I'm pretty happy about so far. They're both in 1 level, so I could go back and get them if I had to. So to beat him, rapid fire pucks, 1 round and he's dead. Literally all you have to do. Super easy boss fight if you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, it is a much more difficult fight.
You think you have defeated us?
Yeah, I think so.
He will deal with you in his own time. But now, I perform my final duty.
That's slightly creepy for a kid's game.
All personnel, please evacuate. You have 3 minutes.
I'm pretty sure that's
minimum
Officer
safe
Shirley's
distance.
voice.
All personnel, please evacuate.
And these kids are just like,
You have
hey, this is
3
a normal
minutes to
Tuesday
reach
for
minimum
us.
safe
At this
distance.
point it probably is, because they've nearly died like 100 times at this point. Well, it was like 10 times, but still, it's more than it should be for a children's show. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds.
Way to go, team. We did it. We did it all right. How long will we get grounded for blowing up a mountain?
Chill, Sammy. We'll be heroes.
I don't know.
Find
How
out
long
who
would you be
stopped that
grounded for
robot
blowing up a
before it
mountain?
totally wrecked those
Because I've never
floors.
blown up a mountain.
Don't count the medals yet, Otto. You saw that picture. That paint
lemon lime flavored sparkling water now, which is fun. That's a nice thing about our flight on a Delta Premium Select, is that we get unlimited beverages, which means I can drink all the sparkling water that I want. Because I'm like the one person that doesn't get dehydrated on plane flights because I drink so much water, even if I have to go and get up and pee every hour. That's why I sit in the aisle, partially because of that, and partially because I have the leg room of the aisle. I'm 6 feet tall, so I kind of need the leg room.
I can't wait to see the look on that little creep's face when Officer Shirley hauls him off to jail.
We've got him ready.
I'm just glad that we stopped him from taking...
Right on. Come on, let's go show...
So, we're back to Ocean Shores. We have all the evidence we should ever need, but things are not over just yet. Yeah, things are not over just yet. Which one doesn't boot for you, Kratos?
What's going on?
Come on, let's take a look.
Whoa! What is that?
I don't like the looks of this.
What is that?
Ah! Look out! Uh-oh.
Oh, what now?
Well, at least the sand is back.
Oh, Megamind gotcha. I rented that years and years
Residents of
ago.
Ocean Shores. My name is Eric Gullum. The time for masquerades is over. And I now reveal myself as the true
What?
mastermind behind Gullum Industries. You have already met the robot who has been my public face until now. Now hear this. While the rocket-powered team may have caused me some inconvenience, all you have really done is made me angry. And you'll all have to pay the price. Observe. Behold, the end of your town. If I can't have it, no one will.
Yeah, so he's going to create a rogue wave that will demolish the town.
Cry, baby.
And Otto just mocks him.
Poor widow.
The whole Rocket Power crew just mocks him for being a loser.
Aw.
Face it, dork. You couldn't beat us on your best
Which is
day.
honestly pretty freaking
What a
funny.
wimp. He's just scared we're gonna beat him again in front of
I love how
everybody.
it's like your town is being threatened by like the
There they are.
equivalent of like a
So you
nuclear
dare challenge me
war
again?
declaration, and you're just
Perhaps we can
mocking
settle
his
this once
ass.
and for all. If the four of you can beat me, then I'll spare your town. Otherwise, get ready for the biggest wipeout you'll ever see.
Now the stupidest part of this is the fact that
Chicken.
Eric goes along with making this
Real
challenge.
Elmo.
Now, that's fine. He could lose the challenge, whatever. But here's the thing. The city is near San Diego. San Diego has a very large military presence. Do you know what happens when a random-ass submarine like this shows up in American waters out of nowhere, threatening to kill thousands of American citizens? Do you know what happens? The fucking military jumps into action and fucking blows this place to Kingdom Come.
So, which of you wants to get beaten first?
Put up or shut up,
Looks
man.
like multiple of you guys are having problems with the
few
game. That's
actions,
really
so
weird.
Easy.
Yeah, in the real world, the military has already blown this place to Kingdom Come. So, yeah, that's what happens here. A couple of F-35s, and this place is gone already. Tidal wave's gone. Although I guess it would have been F-22s probably at the time because this is 2002. Either way, the military would have already destroyed this place by now. They're not going to let something like that happen. Giant-ass submarine shows up in American waters, and you think it's going to get away with that. So now, for the game's conclusion, we have to beat Eric Gollum Jr. in 4 consecutive races, one with each character, with different vehicles. It's a very good way to do a finale here because, I mean, like, you had an actual final boss fight with Eric Gollum Sr., so the big guy, the robot and all. But now, we have an actual, like, skating challenge, which makes sense given the game's focus on skating. Okay, that was really, not super nice. Oh, I missed the thing. Okay, that's fine. Winning these races, for the most part, is not hard, aside from the second one. The wave bike race is actually fairly challenging. That's the only one I'm a little bit worried about. Because he's not very good at, like, racing against us. And then the final race has one of the worst gold points in the game that I barely remember ever getting.
So, have you got the guts to go for the jump?
Yes, I do. I've gone out in a hurricane to search for my camera before.
Alright, you're in the lead, Swiss.
I've literally gone out into a hurricane to find my camera before. I'm not exactly scared of you, little pussy boy. Like, you're a little soy boy, you're a little, you're probably a little Harry Sisman. Or whatever the fuck his name is. You remind me a little bit of him. He's Eric Gollum Jr. is definitely a Harry Sissyman. Whatever the fuck his name is. I don't fucking care what his name is. Uh-oh, we missed the jump again. Okay, that's not good. So we gotta hit it the last time. We do not want to miss that again, because that has the gold coin on it. We do not want to miss it. Thankfully, I have rocket power mode active. Yeah, this is one of the easier races. This and the Sam race, that's third, are probably the easiest ones. Second race is pretty challenging, definitely the most challenging overall, and the final race is only challenging if you want all the gold coins. That one has one of the worst gold coins in the entire game. Super Sim model. Oh, I don't know. Like, for my PS3, I have a old blocky, and I have a slim version of it. That's my current one that I mostly play on. I'm gonna play PS3. Yeah, Harry Sisson, that's what his fucking name is. The little faggot. Yeah, that's who it is. It's the little faggot. The retarded little faggot. Okay, we're gonna win this, which is good. We didn't do it as well as I would have liked, but it's okay. Yeah, that little faggot gets ratioed constantly by Retard Finder, and it's hilarious. Retard Finder is like the best account ever made on X. Because he literally just calls out stupid leftists, and it's hilarious. And sometimes he calls out people on the right for doing stupid things. And it's hilarious. Absolutely love it. It's like, Harry, you want to be pegged by me, don't you? I could see him posting something like that if he hasn't already.
Yeah?
He probably does want that, in all honesty. Because he posts, like, fake pictures of having a fake girlfriend that are so clearly AI generated, it's kind of hilarious. Look, I don't lie when I say I don't have a girlfriend because girls don't give me a chance. That simple. Even though my chance with Megan Maroney is like a solid 1%, which is honestly way more than it was a year ago. He makes AOC look like a masculine man. I don't know if we want to prop up AOC that much, though. Okay, this is by far the hardest of the 4 final challenges. The wave bike race is actually difficult, and it's mostly because it's not that well made. This is by far the worst of these 4. Not necessarily for the gold coins, but just for beating it in general. Yeah, this one's kind of annoying.
Ooh, let's see if we can ride that fucker.
But this would be crazy if we actually got almost all of the gold coins. That would be insane because I haven't done that in so long. Get over 90 of them? That is not something I've done in a long time. Yeah, this is by far the hardest of the 4 races because he rubber bands pretty badly and the wave bike is kind of hard to use.
Almost there, Reggie. Use the ramps. We need to use the jumps, Rocky Girl.
Let's liven things up a little, shall we?
With mines? Are you going to try to kill me? I mean, the military would have already killed you by this point in the real world, but this is not the real world. This is Rocket Power world. That's worth it, even if we miss the jump here. Yeah, that's realistic. We got the gold coin, though, and that's really what mattered there, was we need the gold coin. I only missed 2 of them, though, in like 1 single level, which is not that bad. If I can get all the ones on the final 4 levels here, that'd be pretty freaking good. By my own standards, compared to how I've done with this game in the past. It'll be a good sign for when this game eventually gets an achievement list, even though I already used my request for Freedom Fighters. Which I'd rather have Freedom Fighters over this, personally, but this will be my next step after that to get an achievement list. And then TAC will probably be next after that. I don't know if you guys have ever ridden a jet ski before. They're really, really fun. I will admit that. They're very fun to ride. They take a little getting used to, especially the very first time you ride one, but they're pretty fun. Okay, we're done with gold coins, so we can focus on just beating the level now. Good. That should be the end of the first lap, actually, because the first lap is way longer than the second one. Yeah, jet skis are super fun to ride. If you ever gotten the chance to ride one, they're super fun to ride. Once you start to get the hang of them, like the very first time we ever rode them, me and my dad, we were pretty careful with it, like a lot more slow pace with it. So we weren't used to it, but like by the second time we were good enough with it that we didn't have any problems. There. And he might not be that far behind is the big problem with this level is like he can catch up to you super easily. Like he rubber bands heavily on this particular level compared to the others. This is such a cool looking fortress though. Like I'd love to know how he affords this whole place, even if he's building an army of robots. Like, what is he selling them to the Russians and the Chinese? And that's how he's making this much money to have like a giant wave bike park here? That's my best guess. It's just a theory, a game theory. Okay, we did it. Not too bad. Honestly, not too bad. The copy he bought digitally and it worked. It didn't work on the disc. That's really weird. I hope you guys can figure it out then. Because that's insane that you guys are having that many problems with it. Yeah, I thought about doing like a joke video back after we won the election with like, it's Harry season. I am here to give you my prediction for when Kamala Harris wins the election.
She came.
Yeah, she's gonna win 400 electoral votes, yeah. I really wanted to make a video of that, but I feel like that would have pissed too many people off. We've shifted far enough to the right at this point, it might be okay, but I don't know. It would have been pretty funny. Because it would have had, like, Texas and Florida being blue alongside all the swing states going blue. Stuff like that, so it could have made for a funny video if I was really caring about that. Might be the disc. Yeah, I would think disc if you're having issues on a disc version of a game, because usually disc version doesn't have problems. So on this level, we're almost done with the game. We got 2 levels left, this one and 1 more. So we're going to be done at 4 hours, which is good. Even though I didn't quite 100% the game, we got close.
Say goodbye to Ocean Shores, Dork. There's no way with
So Sam winning is pretty surprising because, of course, he's usually considered the worst in sports of the group. But his race is fairly easy because it's skateboard on a pretty linear course. And all of his gold coins are just on rails because it's just 2 of them plus the one you get for beating it quickly enough.
Look at the shortcut. Cool.
At least I thought they were. Maybe I'm wrong.
Hold my squid power.
We got rocket power mode going up a hill, which is very good.
Look before you leave.
Cool, now we go onto this rail.
Go on, try the shortcut if you can.
I can, because it's a video game, so it's easy.
Bonus. Pure class.
And there is another rail there, so that's the rail we're looking for. That's fine, we will get that on the second round. We got rocket power mode going full blast, so we are good to go on this one.
You're winning, Sammy.
Sam is doing very well for being the worst in sports of the group. Not gonna lie, he's doing pretty well. He's pretty dominant here, he hasn't fallen yet.
Hey, I did it.
Bought it from Amazon. I mean, I bought from GameStop before and gotten a copy that didn't work correctly. That happened like one time ever. Man, I don't think he had rubber bands here or anything, so I think we're probably fine. The other gold coin is after we skip the next rail. So we got to skip the next rail. And then we hit the rail immediately after it. And that'll get us our last gold coin. Outside of finishing the level in a certain amount of time, which we're certainly going to get. So skip this rail. So we hit it previously. Perfect jump. Alright, hit that. And that's both of our gold coins. So now we just got to finish out the last lap, and we are good to go. It's a super easy race, probably the easiest of the 4, honestly, because the blades are kind of harder to control than the skateboard, so Sam's is probably the easiest of the 4. And Gollum can't even beat him, and he's considered the worst athlete of the group by far.
Class. Behold my squid power.
Oh, behold my squidly powers.
Oh yeah.
Question is, are we going to be able to get the 2 gold coins on the final level? Which are some of the hardest ones in the game. Especially one of them. So I think it requires you to have rocket power mode and make a perfect jump at a really specific moment, where it's really hard to get rocket power mode going on the level. If we don't, it's fine, because it'll mean I got 97 gold coins on the playthrough, which is good. It's definitely good practice when we eventually get a list. What?
Do that again.
How did that not work? I thought he was doing pretty good there. Only had one game from GameStop to never work. It was Amazing Spider-Man 2. I've had like one ever, but I don't remember what it was. Okay, that level was easy. Like I said, that's probably the easiest of the four in terms of just beating it. Thank you, Gold Coin. We got it. Bought the Order 1886 from there, and unfortunately didn't work. Oh, that sucks. That's actually a really fun game. It's a great game. I just wish it wasn't so short, and I wish there was a sequel made for it, because it deserved a sequel.
3 for us, lame-o.
It looked great.
You lost, pal.
And it played pretty well overall as a
Seeing as I hold all the
game.
cards around
Just
here,
too short.
Perhaps it's time I stop playing around with you four. When I get to that
Uh-oh.
switch up there, you
So
can
he's
say
gonna cheat
goodbye,
now.
Ocean Shores. Hope you packed a snorkel, losers.
Don't worry, I'll stop him.
The funny thing is, their houses are fine because they're like in the highest cul-de-sac in the entire city. Like way up the mountain to where they would not have to worry about being wiped out by a tsunami. We need to check the listing. Alright, this level's pretty awesome. The music's great, but the gold coins on this one are a pain in the ass.
You loser. I'm
Or at least two of them are. One of them's for beating it in a certain amount of time, which is easy enough. We're on hoverboard.
Zick is my middle
Is
name.
Otto arguably the best athlete of the group? Yeah, one of the gold coins in this level is awful. It's on like a really bizarrely placed jump. So winning is not hard, and getting the other gold coin here is not hard. It's the last gold coin that's the main problem with this level. This is easily one of the hardest ones in the
For
game.
me?
Okay, that went well. I'll take that. See, there's like 5 gold coins in this game that are actually hard to get. And that's what would prevent a potential 100% run of this game, is getting all the gold coins. There's that one level where I missed 2 of them. I still don't know how I missed 2 of them, because I felt like I explored pretty well. They must have been, like, really well hidden, or something like that. Yep, this one right here is one of the hardest ones to get in the game. I missed it. Of course I did. And I don't know what the best way to get it is. Like, I think you can get it just from jumping normally. Like, if you do it with a speed jump, maybe it's easier with a rocket power jump? I don't know. Alright, rocket power mode active. Let's go.
Excellent.
That's the first of 3 we need, so we gotta finish 3 laps before we go up to the final part of this level. Yeah, this is definitely the hardest one for gold coins of these final 3 or 4 levels, by far. Even though I still think Twister's Race is probably a little bit harder, just in terms of the skill required, because blades are a little bit more problematic. We got the first gold coin, though. You can get more rocket power mode by doing tricks off the sides of the wall, but it's kind of tough to get it to work. Hopefully we get this last one. If we don't, it's fine, but it's good to notice for my eventual playing of this game for an achievement list when we eventually get one, because I'm sure we will get one. I will request one if I have to in the future. I really hope Retro Achievements opens up an ability to write guides for games, because I would love to have a new website to write guides for that isn't PSN Profiles. Maybe one that actually pays you. And I missed. Yeah, like I said, that is one of the hardest ones in the entire game to get. It's super finicky, it's kind of out of literally nowhere with this, so easily one of the hardest ones in the game. If we don't get it, it's fine, we'll end up with 97, which is not that bad. I'll know which 3 I missed. I can prep for that for a future playthrough of the game when we eventually get an achievement list.
Who's the man?
Winning is really not that hard, though, because Eric is not much of a challenge on this race, so you really don't have to worry too much about him. But yeah, this is fun. This was a great game to play through. I love this game. It's just like Freedom Fighters. It's a game that I love to go back and play every now and then. And I really hope it gets an achievement list someday. I am really, really hopeful that it does. Even if it requires all 100 of the gold coins, which is going to be more difficult than it should be, because of this particular one and like 2 or 3 other ones. But it's worth it because it's a great game and it's a really underrated Nickelodeon gem, in my opinion. Even when I jump, it doesn't work, so that's unfortunate. So yeah, that one's definitely going to be one of the hardest ones to get in the game. That one and the 2 in the other level. But 97 out of 100 is not too bad at all. That's an A+ in America, so I'm going to take that, even if it doesn't give me any achievements because there are none for this game. So now, Gollum is going to cheat, and we now have an extra lap here. We have to go up to the top of the tower before he gets there. If we don't get there, he will activate the tidal wave machine and destroy ocean shores. So Otto needs to win this race for the sake of humanity, pretty much. Even though he would sell his own soul out for any sort of power, in all honesty, most likely. And we did it. 5.5 minutes, we'll take it. Missed 1 gold coin, whatever, so we got 97 out of 100. I'm not mad about that. It's fine. Alright, let's get our final cutscenes here. Why does hero look like curly fries?
You idiot! What have you done?
I'm out of here.
I stopped you from launching a domestic terrorist attack, is what I did. I literally stopped you from launching a domestic terrorist attack.
Hold on, guys.
Good work, guys.
The little cousins have fixed the beach and saved ocean shores. Aloha to that!
Once we had our evidence together, we were going to bring it to Officer Shirley.
That is
and
really
get him
laggy.
busted.
But as it turned out, the little creep busted himself.
Busted. Speaking of busted, look what the tide dragged in.
That is super laggy sounding.
Junior, you just wait until your real father hears about this.
Ah, big deal. You'd already packed me off to military school, remember? I'll just have to run away again.
Eric, you're obviously a smart kid, but
So it
you're
sounds
not
like he's
gonna
had a
get
troubled
anywhere with
childhood.
that attitude, mister.
Hey, listen, Eric. You're a pretty good skater, too. If you'd get rid of that chip on your shoulder, maybe you could find some kids your own age to hang with.
Maybe you're right. Building my own friends certainly didn't seem to work. I'll tell you what. I'll make an effort to be more likable. And if I'm not on 10 years detention...
Well, you wouldn't get 10 years because you're
actually
like
next
10 or
summer,
11 years
okay?
old, so you might get like 7 years, but once you're 18, they can't do anything. And that's it. So yeah, great game, absolute classic from Nickelodeon, the first game I ever played on console. We now have all sorts of multiplayer stuff unlocked. All the characters are unlocked. We don't have a thing available for us, so... No, we don't really care about gallery. I guess we can't do cheats here either. But yeah, so that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. We finished the game. We finished our Platinum Trophy, or not Platinum Trophy, but Retro Achievements completion for our other game. So yeah. If you ever need to replay levels, you can replay them with the zine here. Which is always good. If you ever need to. So that's there. And yeah. That's gonna be it for tonight. I will see you guys back here sometime later this week. Most likely only one stream this week, plus the achievement trophy update on Tuesday to explain what's going to be happening in that couple of weeks, when I'm going to be gone for a while and have videos uploaded and hopefully scheduled correctly. So yeah, most likely Wednesday stream, and then after that we'll be taking a couple of weeks off from streaming because I'm going to be out of the country. So yeah, see you guys then.